No, I think this property is the appropriate venue to speculate on that. Or
It's kind of hard to hear.
Why are we talking politics?
This is about politics. Do you condemn former President Trump? Violence against journalists, blah, blah, blah. This is sickness and affliction. And this is exactly why I shut it out time to balance. Okay? We are working on cultural content here because this should not be allowed. It's not Donald Trump who did this. If a Democrat accused in charge, I don't get it. Innocent people are guilty. But come on, guys. When people are exposed to nothing but woke trash in the media, they don't pay attention, they get their news from garbage outlets. This is what you get. When Democrats are Trump's fault, of course, they don't have to do this. What we need is regular people being exposed to counterculture, to push back, to shut down these false psychopaths. I'm sick of reading all these stories, man. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Grand jury looking at Trump's post-2020 election fundraising. Why? I don't care. Trump's fundraising. Steve Bannon, there's something. They say he applied Trump's orders. Black Lives Matter is accused of the same thing. More than once. Where's the park walk for Black Lives Matter? This is a cultural problem. You've got people who are in a cult who adhere to what the mob wants, and the mob doesn't care about you. We need to change things. We need the biggest movies, the biggest music, the biggest video games, have a message saying, F you to the cult. So, one of the reasons we make culture, we make us at TheIndianJesus.com, we're not expanding our political office. We have news, we have TheIndianJesus.com, we launch a bunch of shows on our political culture crisis, there's a world changing. We're in a conspiracy show next. Music, not political at all. I'm not sick of it, man. I know it's important to pay attention to politics. I know you listening is a really important thing. The next step is winning the culture war. I'm going to say 800,000 times all throughout this next week. Because people come to me and they're like, Jim's grifting, trying to be a rock star. Tom McDonald's already a rock star. Support him. He's pushing back on the machine. We've got to win this cultural battle. We've got to have better influence for our young people, for kids. Now, I know it's important. Republicans, conservatives have more kids than liberals. Fine, good. But they're still trying to influence those kids, and they're using the arts to do it. Maybe we'll win on a school choice center. Maybe conservatives will homeschool their kids. Maybe libertarians will homeschool their kids. Politically homely and traditional liberals, maybe they will too. And the woke people will eventually just be pushed out. We've also got to create influential content doing the same thing.
All right, welcome back to the party, everybody. I am your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Want to give a quick shout out to the replay gang. If you're just watching this now instead of with us live, you're still going to enjoy this. It's a good ass time. And even though I haven't done it yet, I can tell you we have fun here. So you'll enjoy it, but it will be much more fun to actually be part of the party. So make sure you are here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, and sometimes whenever I feel like. So just hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and you will never miss a party. Before we begin, I just also want to give a big thank you to mysickshirt.com, the sponsor of my my whole channel and this stream. Great. This looks like a new shirt. Transitioning is cosplay. Change my mind. I like that one. And of course, the only place to get your official Indian Jesus merch, mysickshirt.com. All right. So welcome to the party. Today, we are going through the Sneeko and Hamza beef, or really just the last leg of it. And I was not even really too aware of what exactly was going on, or who Hamza even was, of course, until Sneeko showed me. So I think the best place to start is probably with where did this all begin and who is Hamza? Let's jump right into it. As always, you guys know StreamYard sucks. So if you cannot hear, StreamYard's great, but sometimes the sound doesn't come through. So if you can't hear it, just let me know. And who do we got? Somebody say hello. Who are we partying with? Let's get into it, guys. All right, here we go. Remember, let me know if there's no sound.
A lot of these people let this get to their head.
Do you not have friends? You don't have friends, do you? Pick up the phone, stop capping!
Yeah, I apologize for that.
You have a cult leader in your bio.
He's clearly lost in the sauce.
What are these videos? Bro, I don't understand, this is just video 4chan, bro. Yeah, bro, I don't want to watch this, bro. The internet's getting weird. Hamza Unfiltered is 40-minute long videos. Chat, I don't watch this. What the f do you watch, bro?
So the way this started was apparently that Sneeko's chat was just spamming like, oh, you got to watch Hamza. And apparently he's this guy who does self-improvement and stuff, but it's just apparently not Sneeko's thing. And he does this.
Bro, get the fuck... Marie, you want to see Hamza? This is what Hamza. Now I understand. I get it. Those self-improvement, like 18 to 20-year-olds, I'm gonna be better. Productivity. What the fuck do you watch, chat? I don't want to watch this, bro. Deadass. Hamza's a cool guy. I don't want to watch this. Why do you want to watch him
Hey,
stretch?
we got Indie Film in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party.
Do you not have friends? You don't have friends, do you? This is what I really want to get to, like, with my next video, is figure out what the fuck is going on with men in the West, bro. I understand there's a place for this. It's not bad content, but you guys have been spamming him in caps. Hamza, Hamza, Hamza. Y'all a little gay. A little. Hamza, Hamza. And this is what the fuck it is, bro. You guys are a little, you need to get some bitches on your thick, son.
Thought me and Sneeko were cool. I have him on WhatsApp and I've connected really, really well with his.
No! Hamza, you're cool. I said it in the video. You're cool, bro. I ain't got no beef. We're cool. We can still be cool. I can't, but you stretch. It's funny. We don't need beef, bro. Please.
I love Sneeko's old videos.
So I found it pretty funny that, I think when Sneeko was originally looking at Hamza, he was just taking like the superficial view, like, oh, a dude in his underwear, like, what are you telling me to watch? Like, what? And he said it in that video. He was like, I don't have any beef. I just don't want to watch this. And then, obviously this is just a recap. We're not going through the entire beef. We're just going through the update. But I wanted to give you guys some background before we get into it.
I love his.
No, you're one of the missed the whole Sneeko. No, I fell off. Chat, I fell off, bro. Linko in the chat, man.
I thought, hey, we got Trey in the building. Said, how are we doing? Doing well. How are you, my friend? How are you? So when we first, we're talking about Sneeko, I definitely thought similar to what Hamza is saying. But the more I watch him, the more I realize that he was playing the game. He was playing the game, and come on. And he was just, playing it up for the cameras, getting people to see what is this about. And as he did that and brought more people in, it allowed him to have a bigger platform to talk about the more important things that he wanted to talk about.
fell
Just
off.
think that he might. I wanted to say this, fragile masculinity. How fragile.
I'm fragile. That's what the bitches say, chat. No, I'm toxic and insecure, man. Hamza, not you. In short shorts.
And I think we're all kind of.
That's okay. All right. Am I fragile? That's a little funny. That's a little funny. Come on. It's just funny to come on. You want me to ignore that? You gotta be smart all the time. I always gotta be. Come on, man. Yeah, bro. It's not the fact. It's nothing to do with stretching. It's just the fact that you're doing it on a bed and with center camera. Like I just wouldn't. You can be self-improvement and not film it. It's great. It's good. Keep doing it. A lot of people need it. I needed it. It's a little cringe. It's a little bit cringe seeing you stretch. I can't watch that and be like, wow. That's Adonis.
But not a man of character. You cheated on your last girlfriend. You have no integrity. You drink alcohol.
Whoa!
You watched another guy have sex with your girlfriend.
Whoa! No, he really went there. He went there. Hamza, you're taking the same stance that a lot of my trolls are taking, and I get it because I did go at you and call you gay. But don't you see the content in this? Like, obviously, I didn't like it, and I'm making humor of it.
It's so funny how that's like a whole thing. Now, I get it because I said you were gay. 10 years ago, that was just a thing that you would just say. The F slur. Boy, times have changed.
We have an open relationship, and like I'm doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? So I thought it'd be fair if we could both be open. And I thought it'd be good if I could do it in my view, and we swap with a couple. I ain't like it. It didn't last long. She stopped as soon as I got uncomfortable. I didn't know beforehand. I thought that this was what an open relationship was going to be like. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to see that. I'm not.
Fair enough. If you didn't know, you didn't know. And I was actually, I think it was Tim Pool. I think I was watching Timcast or listening to Timcast, and they were talking about trans people who can pass. And they were saying that they'd never seen a dude who transitioned into a woman and really, really passed, except for a very select few. So first of all, that's already a representative heuristic, because if they passed, then you wouldn't be able to tell. You would just think they were a girl. And then somebody brought up like Blair White. It's like, yeah, Blair White looks like a woman. But they brought up the notion of dude stank. I was like, oh shit, that's a good like good way to tell. Dudes have a different smell. And you could try to cover that shit up with perfume, but you getting hot and heavy, it's gonna stink, and it ain't gonna be that good staying. You know what I mean? Any film says, wait, is that her on the background focused on her phone? Looks like she's swiping right a lot. No, she's chilling. I actually just finished watching the two of them talk about how for his birthday, Sneako's birthday, I think it was yesterday or today or whenever, that they went out and tried to have a threesome and, a bunch of stuff there. Then Sneako went on an e-date with his girl. I don't know. That was pretty funny. I mean, if I had seen it before, we might have been talking about that. But I think he's got it down. And the notion of just like, hey, we're just gonna try it. I didn't know that I wouldn't be down to double team a girl until I was trying to double team a girl and my leg rubbed up against dude's leg. And then I was like, nope, done. Never trying this again. Nope, sorry. You don't know till you know. You gotta try it.
The stage of life where I need to watch
But yes, that is her.
you stretch to get motivated. That means we're in different places. Like there was a time and place where seeing you stretch would be like motivated. Like, yeah. I'm just not at that point right now. Don't take what I put on the internet and use that to say that I'm not a man of my character. Like 5 seconds. And I'm like, nah. And I was with that guy's
Yeah, that's her back there. Good spot. Good eye. Indie films. Yeah.
girl. I didn't say it on the podcast because it's not as fun. You know what's funnier is being the butt of the joke. I didn't say that I was there with that guy's girlfriend. Like we were couple swapping. I didn't say that because it's funnier to play the role of the CUCK. Oh,
That's a great point. Remember that Sneako is not one of these strict red pill guys who are like, I'm going to tell you the how the world works and you should act just like me. He's doing more of like, watch my journey. This is all happening to me and you get to be a fly on the wall. And I think that there's a slight difference because he definitely, prescribes behaviors and says this is good, this is bad to certain things. But there is a slight difference. There's a slight difference that, let's let it play.
This gang, like, oh, making fun of me, like, oh my god, he's wearing gold or some shit. I know that you're probably doing that right now. I just want to remind you that you are an influencer. You know that quote that we are the average of the 5 people we spend time with? I think the updated version of that quote is that we are the average of the content that we consume. People are becoming more like you when they watch your content. I think you should take the responsibility to just keep in mind to always try.
I'm not your fucking dad, chat.
This goes for me as well. Whenever this next thing that Sneako says to the screen, I'm going to give him full screen. Same goes for me. I'm actually backing up.
So just keep in mind to always try.
I'm not your fucking dad, chat.
All right, listen.
I'm not your role model. I'm not your friend. I don't know you. Don't try to be like me. This is entertainment. A mic and a camera, go. You're sitting here and watching to be entertained. I don't need to put on a perfect image. Influence, fuck the influencer. Fuck that. You keep saying call Hamza.
So I really wanted to focus on that part because I think it's important. Because I feel like I'm doing a similar style of channel from Sneako in the sense that I'm not here to tell you guys how to live your life. If that's what you're getting, then you're a little off base. I'm saying what I think would be the best way for definitely me to live life and reacting to, whatever the hell we're talking about. But at no point am I saying that I have all the right answers, that, you should listen to everything I say, that you should believe everything that I believe. And thankfully, it's clear that you guys are smart enough because you push back on a lot of stuff that I say, which I appreciate and which makes this, well, no, we are friends, but other than that, I'm not your daddy. I'm not your role model. We're friends. We're boys. We're on the same level. So that's all I wanted to do by highlighting like that. But you're my friend too, Trey.
Hamza's fucking like, I don't want to say Hamza's pussy because then he's gonna challenge me to a fight. And the guy's is in better shape. He trains Muay Thai and stuff like that. But I don't want to go around the fight route. I just want to genuinely just talk to him on just have
Just kidding.
a phone call with him, even if I didn't even do it on camera. But yeah, Hamza being he's just ducking all my calls, and he follows me on Instagram. I didn't know that. He DM'd me a month ago, like replying to my videos about the 1 Minute Podcast every day. Like I'm trying, he doesn't. I don't understand how you can he's acting Hollywood or some shit. But you were just talking about my brother, saying all this like fucking details about me, but you can't talk on the phone. That bro, that's some pussy shit, bro.
So that's the beauty of this particular video that we're watching is that there's a bunch of I looked. There's hours and hours of them, going back and forth and all this bullshit that we don't need to worry about. I think the lesson that we can take as adults who are watching this is how that's exactly what we're figuring out right now. Neither have I. Well, before this. But we can pull lessons from it, and even though it's just entertainment, there's more to it. We can take more from it. And so that's what we're going to be looking at. So this is really just a I mean, Hamza was the other guy. That's all. We're 5 minutes in. The other guy, the guy who's not Sneeko. So far, that's as far as we've gotten.
All these people look up to like the Discords, bro. I don't know, bro. And the fact that you put yourself on this high of an esteem, all these shirtless selfies, I'm a cult leader, I'm a god, I'm Adonis shit, and you can't fucking answer the phone after dissing me and my family? But chat, I know you want that, right? WL on a live phone call with Hamza on the stream. We need that.
Middle finger with the fast.
Yeah, that's I want to address that too, because Dr. Virginius hopped in the other day, which I do appreciate, but he's like, oh, well, I never heard of these people, so I'm just coming to say hi. I know you haven't heard of these people. That's why if you already knew these people, then what the fuck would I have to say? It's like, hey, you guys know App and Preach? Word. That's the whole point. You don't know who these people are. Neither do I. That's what we're doing. That is what we're doing.
That's your mans? Come get your mans, chat. You making TikTok thirst traps on facts. Do you see what I'm trying to make fun of? This is the shit I'm making fun of, bro. Chicano says make a professional response on your main channel. No, I'm not gonna make a professional response on my main channel. I can wrap this shit up in one phone call. One phone call, I can wrap this shit up, bro. What's your take on the situation? And do you think that I'm faking it for the stream?
No, you're 100% not faking it.
So if you guys remember, were you guys? I don't remember if we watched that. I don't remember. Fuck, I don't think we did that. Never mind. I was gonna say. So this guy is like, this black guy. He's super Christian. He's another streamer. I was gonna reference when he was on with Nick Fuentes, but I don't think we watched that together.
I 100% believe that. I did see those comments on my own reaction, even people saying stuff like they called each other behind the scenes and set up fake beef for clout. No, bro, that is not at all what happened.
So what do you think he's thinking now? Why do you think, I think some people think I'm dragging it, but I think there's some philosophy to this shit because we're all creators in this whole, and you can kind of see where he's at, right?
Bro speaks, I've never spoken about myself in the third person. You know what I mean? Like, bro speaks about himself in the third person.
Yeah, that's crazy dick riding.
That is super weird, bro.
So I want to show that this shit is fake when you stay online too much. When you live in the YouTube bubble too much.
Yeah.
And you don't ground yourself, and that's why I respect your shit and why people put me
on the thing. Here's my
because you stay grounded. A lot of these people let this shit get to their head. Yeah. I'm not trying to give you I'm just trying to show an example. Like, he's clearly lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
And eventually he's getting right now he's realizing that he fucked up and he doesn't know how to step out of the character of Adonis. Pick up! No! Why did I miss the goal?
He's too worried.
No, when he called, what did Trey say? If he's a cult leader, that's why he's not picking up the phone. So he don't have his ideas challenged in real time. Facts. See, you guys you don't need to know who these people are to understand the context. You guys are smart. You guys figured it out. Exactly. On point. And so what just happened here is that Hamza finally did call, and Sneeko missed the call.
Oh, pick up!
We're going to put further chinks into armor.
Oh my god, bro! Come on, bro! Don't just press ring once and then. Man, he didn't. He's seen. It's just insane.
Yeah.
Pick up the phone. Stop capping.
So he called, let it ring once, and then hung up so that he could see that he called, but wasn't actually trying to talk.
No.
He just wanted to give the phone call the notification so that he could pretend like he actually tried to call me back, and now he's meditating and stretching. No way he's gonna say that I'm talking to the phone. No way he's gonna call me Jeffrey for the call.
When you're an Adonis.
Bro, I need him to pick up the phone, bro. No. They're talking about my character. That's Jeffrey.
Again, low key, this is the type of shit that, once we start growing, we build a community, this is the type of shit that we could do. Just sitting around, having fun, hanging out. We don't have to have a strict curriculum of what we're doing. Just want to hang out with you guys.
He's still thinking about me, and I'm meditating. No! Look at that 4 chat! W4 chat! Policy!
Yo.
Spine!
Yo.
Astute! This is Adonis! Oh!
So the whole thing, I thought it was in this video. I guess I watched a different video. But the kind of like the what the fuck? What is the just the beta versus the Chad? What do they call the beta? I don't know, whatever. The beta and the Chad comparison. Hamza uses a Jeffrey and Adonis in that place, and that seems to work for him. That's what they're talking about.
There it is. Okay. All right.
What do you think? What's your thoughts since you posted that video?
I like you stretching, bro. You look very good.
Hey yo, what
Hey,
the
No, I do have one big regret for the video. I should
Oh, where's that? My bad.
about self-improvement and the stuff you said about that. I brought in your like personal life, which quite frankly, like I personally have no interest in, and I use that as like a low blow, which was unnecessary. But I should have just kept it about like self-improvement and roasted you for that.
You should have roasted back.
Yeah, I apologize for that, but I brought up like unnecessary shit, to be honest, and I was like uncertain of like how to go forward because I was angry and like, oh, you know, this guy, like I like Sneeko, he's like fucking roasted me, so I'm gonna come in kind of hard. And then I watched Von's video where he said like, oh, Hamza's the guy who when he gets roasted starts making fun of his dead mom, and I was like, oh yeah, shit, that is me actually.
Yeah, you like that? You fucking push a T.
All right, pay attention to the end of this. What do we got here? Indian Film said he should make his bed and clean his room before he goes on air. I want to get Jordan Peterson on this stream. I would love to get Jordan Peterson on this stream. I don't think that's going to happen, and I don't think I've had a made bed since I was in 10th grade, and I prefer it that way. I prefer it that way.
Drake, you revealed my
I-
son. So what do you have to say to my chat? My chat's been spamming you every day. A lot of
All right, so pay attention. This is the this is going to be the end part of this, and going to lead us into what we're actually talking about.
I got a lot of Hamza, like a lot of Wamza. They love you. What do you have to say to them? And are you still jacking Don't End Up Like Sneeko?
There's no beef, bro. I think, like, you and I know this, and I think Bonnie's a YouTuber, so we know this. I didn't watch all of it. I watched, like, maybe the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Am I still a Jeffrey?
He said, "Am I still a Jeffrey?" He said, "Yes."
Yeah, I'm still Jeffrey. All right, Hamza, bro. Beef Squash, thank you for finally calling, bro. I'm going to drop it. I might stretch here and there. I might stretch on the Discord. I'm not going to lie to you.
Sneeko, I'm not gonna lie. The reason why I found this funny is because I feel like I treated you like how I used to treat the girls. I was a fuckboy. But I got you emotional, and then I just didn't really open up any of your messages for a while, and then literally you just kept on calling me. You called me like 15 times. You've been sat here just like brain lost, really emotional. And it made me cringe a little bit, I'm not gonna lie.
You're calling me cringy right now?
You called my old number like 15 times.
On stream for content. I don't care about you. I'm trying to get the content and show people that they should end up like me. You
Got him! You called me like a bunch of times. Like, yeah, because I'm making fun of you, not because I just can't wait to talk to you.
Wait. You calling me cringe after making a video saying don't end up like me?
I treated you like a little bitch, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Do you guys think he treated me like a little bitch? Chat, you think he treated me like why are you smiling so hard right now?
Why aren't you?
I am. But like you're smiling because you think I'm a little bit. Are you still like jacking? You genuinely think I'm still a Jeffrey?
Don't you?
Bro, I think your shit is retarded. Jeffrey and Adonis? What are you talking about? There's not two, like, life is way more
Bro, this is
complicated.
what I told you what it was. I told you this wasn't actually him calling to have an actual conversation. I mean, how old are you, Hamza? 24? Oh, 24? Oh, we
You're
thought you
older
were,
than me?
yeah, we thought you were
All
24.
these goddamn kids taking over this whole shit. I feel like, am I too old for this, guys? Am I too old?
I knew that was the play he was going to do, what he was doing. He was like, from the moment I saw he called you, like only rang once, you called him, he wasn't picking up, he was still active in the chat. He thought this was him, like he didn't recognize that you were just really trying to get your
Bro,
chat
how
to
are
be
you
over
calling me
3,000
cringe?
streamers.
You have
viewers.
cult leader in your bio. You legitimately think you're a cult leader to these loser men.
I almost spit out my drink.
Bro, why are you getting mad about getting called cringe? You called, bro. I made a video about you. You made a video about me, and then you called me like 20 times on my personal. My sister has that. All that for what? 20 times. You called.
Because it's funny that you kept ducking the calls, that you can make a video saying I'm a Jeffrey and you're afraid of a phone call. It's funny. Every day we were laughing that you can't pick up the phone, but you can make an expose video on me.
It's not that I can't pick up the phone. One, I'm not seeing my old number back at home.
Yeah.
Two, bro, I'm clicking on notification from like, oh, we'll Sneeko wants more drama with the video. I made my video, got my views. I gave like a lesson to my followers. I'm done, bro. That's all I wanted to do.
It's not
So a little hard to say. He said, I made my video. I got my views. That's all I wanted to do.
anything real. You just wanted to like say the same thing for your audience.
Yeah.
All right, chat. That's what I'm talking about. Bye. That sums it up, bro. Just said he didn't even do this on no real shit. He was continuing it for his followers. He doesn't know how to.
So that there was no attempt to be like, all right, let's just squash this beef. We're, this is stupid. We're not actually fighting about anything. He was just looking for more views.
Step out of content and say some real shit like a man, and you still worship him? We're here on some man,
but
bro.
they're not. You know what I'm saying? The people are in the chat right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
How does he still think that?
I'm seeing a lot of lambs in the chat,
Bro, what the fuck,
Bro,
man?
it doesn't matter what he thinks.
Oh
All
my
that
God,
matters
bro.
is we did what we were supposed to do. Because here's the thing: people who try.
And now he's thinking he's gonna say some shit like, and I made him stretch on the stream like a little bitch.
That's what I was trying to tell you
my
without
God,
saying
bro.
it.
Bro, I don't give a fuck.
I
don't give a
realized,
fuck.
but like I realized, but I was like, don't even give him that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Bro, we go keep stretching on the stream every day, making fun of you, bro. It's funny that you stretch. I don't take any fucking thing about that. That's what I had to do for you to answer the phone. He was still on. You see the giggle in his face and the way it cracked. You're like, yeah, you're a little bitch. There's a little bit of doubt there, bro. He's still playing into the character. I know you're in the chat, bro. There's a big overlap. This is not some real shit. You worship a fake man. He's fraud. This is fraud shit. I hung up the phone after he said, yes, I made this for my followers, not because it was real. He's lost in the sauce, bro. The ego, the clout, the being worshipped on it, it got to his head and he thinks he's a bigger than life character and he's not. The ego, he cannot separate himself.
That's fucking hilarious. Did you mean to? Was this a typo? Because this makes perfect sense. 224. What's the difference, really? No offense to any of you youngins out there.
From, bro.
Mhm.
It's kind of sad to see, man. Bro.
Boom. So that is where things left off. So we are gonna dive right into the main event. I'm gonna be up at 9 in the morning, so we are not staying up all night. So I feel like I want to give a little bit more. Let's do this. Fuck you guys. Jesus. There's shit I'll do for y'all motherfuckers. There's shit I'll do for y'all motherfuckers. Because there was another video that I watched and it was too good not to share with you guys. I thought it was more of it was where the fuck? I definitely watched. There we go. Oh, we're gonna be here for
So
a while
this
again.
is you. You mustered up the courage to ask your crush out.
Facts, Trey. Let's see.
Wow, nice drive, the view. I just feel like there's something here, you know?
Yeah, it was.
So this is a video made by somebody else who used to be in the cult of Hamza. I thought there was more of this content in that video, but what are you gonna do?
Such a great time. I loved it. It's so great, spending time with friends.
What was that like? What was that last word you said?
What do you mean?
Oh, we're friends. Like, we're just, okay, yeah, sure, we're friends. I mean, I paid for your dinner and all that, but like, we can build up from friends, right? Like,
Yeah, maybe.
oh, we've been friends the whole time? Is that what this is, or?
Right, yeah.
Type of 1 if you've been there before.
Okay.
Really good friends. I really enjoy our friendship.
Yeah, it's no problem. We can be friends. I mean, friends take each other out to dinner and pay a lot of money for a lobster and all, but that's what friends do. That's what friends do. I'm not even heard about it. We're friends.
Yeah.
Friends? No friends?
Yeah, friends.
Oh my gosh, bro. What the fuck, man?
Alcino 1s. Stop the cap. Oh, there we go. We got a 1 there. Yeah, only honest man in here right now. Damn.
Why does this shit keep happening to me, man? Are you serious, bro? A whole dinner? Friends? Fuck.
So you return to video games, huh? Classic. It's what you always did to deal with L's. However, this time, the video games aren't doing it for you. It's not silencing that voice in your head asking, why did this happen?
Yep. Especially now that we got a whole 20-minute video now. I'm going to try not to stop this because it's really just for you guys to watch to get some context, but it is what it is.
Jeffrey's scared of what other people may think when he gets rejected.
You're confused at first. Who's Jeffrey and Adonis? Why does he have that accent? What's good with that right ear? Despite your doubts, you're desperate for answers, so you watch on.
You never tell girls that you like them because you're scared of being rejected and you don't want all the people around you to see that because that would feel embarrassing. But today, you're going to learn how to get over that. My name is Hamza. I help young men go through the Jeffrey to Adonis transformation through self-improvement.
I keep thinking, whenever he says his name, keep thinking he says Hamzat. Shout out to my UFC fans, and I'm with you all. I was so excited for Hamzat and Nate Diaz, but Tony Ferg is going to be a good opponent as well.
Scroll down right now, click on the subscribe and the post notification button to see my next videos.
And just like that, you entered the Hamza rabbit hole, which is good because you needed it. Let's be honest, you've been a loser for way too long and you finally had the courage to recognize that and seek help. Before you know it, the algorithm recommends tons of Hamza videos and you watch hours of it. It's like you've been asleep your whole life and today you finally woke up from that bad dream. He preaches hope for everybody through the act of setting goals and consistent discipline. Terms like dopamine detoxing, progressive overload, gratitude journaling, delayed gratification, black, blue, red pills are all foreign to you. But it's
So this is this video that we're watching now, aside from the other video that we just watched, only thing I know about Hamza.
exciting. You imagine yourself a couple months from now when you turn things around because you took major action and leveraged this wisdom Hamza gave you. It's time you became an Adonis. So, okay, y'all get the point. You know, I got the robe on, I'm playing into it.
It's been great, my friend. A lot of fun memories, good times, but things change. Things change, and I'm convinced I have to let you go.
Oh my God! Look, like shave, bro. If you got this going on, then you don't get a beard. Like, what is that? I have little patches because I have a neurological thing called trichotillomania. That as a nervous tick, I'll pull out my beard hairs, so you can see little like bald spots there. But I'm still, you know, got shade to it. That's embarrassing.
In order for me to move on, so I hope you don't take it personally or nothing, but this is just me putting myself first. Hope you can understand.
What you got to do, any film. Deleting Instagram.
All young men should be dopamine detoxing.
2 months have passed since you initially found Hamza, and to say he changed your life would be an understatement. You did the hard work, especially when you didn't feel like it. You started hitting the gym and made progress in lifting, something you were once very intimidated to do. You start meditating every morning and journaling to improve your mental health. You haven't been on social media the whole time, feeling way more at peace.
Can I get one more like, guys, please? Thank you.
And finally, you became a cult member? A proud cult member at that.
Bro, here you go again with this Hamza stuff. Bro, you gotta stop saying you're part of a cult, man.
Nah, bro, you don't get it. Like, trust me, Hamza's a really, really good guy. Like, you gotta watch his video explaining, all right? So his cult is only a way for his fans to create self-improvement content just like him that they learn from him.
We all need a friend like this guy.
You know, and change other people's lives and make money while doing it. I don't see what's the big deal about a guy sharing his own YouTube secrets to see his fans succeed. Like, that's going against big business rules if you ask me. Plus, man, you know how much we want to get rich? You know what I'm saying? Escape the 9-to-5 financial freedom, right? So he said himself, like, creating a YouTube channel was the best thing that ever happened to him.
Yeah, man, I mean, I feel you, but I don't know, man. Don't you think there's something a little bit off about a guy that claims he's a cult leader and shares all of his YouTube secrets with his fans? I don't know, man. I just feel like you're stuck in a bubble right now, bro.
I mean, you never imagine you join a cult. Like, who goes around searching to be part of a cult, right? But I guess they just don't get it. I mean, how could they? They don't know Hamza like you do. They don't know about senior retention and gratitude journaling. He even reveals all the bad things about his life, like doing drugs and being bad at school. You know, he's a good guy. Plus, you've made good friends on his cult's Discord who understand you. Maybe it's time you cut off those negative people and start that YouTube channel.
That Face ID shit creeps me the fuck out. I would never in a million years use that.
Sorry it has to be this way.
And Indie Film brings up a great point about, you know, usually we're talking about Andrew Tate when we're talking about this. But just because somebody has some good things to say doesn't mean that everything they say is good. And just because somebody says stuff that that you don't agree with doesn't mean that everything they say is wrong. You need to take everything with a grain of salt and case by case basis.
And last but not least,
Right,
channel name, Michael Unfiltered. All right, I mean, first step to changing my life. I'm gonna put Jeffrey right here and Adonis right here. How to dopamine detox. Man, I might actually be a YouTuber. Man, you know what? I'm gonna prove Ray wrong, bro. Like, all the people that doubted me, man, that girl that
Ray was the friend that was like, yo, you're bugging.
prove them wrong, man. I think it's about time I really just showed them who I really am.
What you thought was the beginning of your new life was actually the beginning of a rude awakening. See, you've been posting videos on your channel for months now, and still no traction. You asked your new friends on Discord if they seen any views on their Unfiltered channels. They have none either. You thought all you guys would have made it by now. I mean, Hamza did in that time. He blew up quickly. He said it himself.
So this is what changed my life the most out of all these stages, is scaling the health and using entrepreneurship. And what this just means is now you're going to be using content creation, which in another word literally just means
This is the thing when you open Paint and you use it to write like that. That bugs me. You just bring up Notepad and type. Why do this? This looks so bad.
Onto social media, preferably, let's say YouTube. That's what I did. Yours could be different because I know some people, like, they vibe with Instagram or whatever. But let's say YouTube, right? So at this stage, copy me. Literally, copy me. Do exactly what I have done. So you can see you are literally in one of the early stages of my cult and my multi-level marketing strategy. And eventually there's going to be a point when you've actually started leveling up and you've almost created your own tribe. You've created your own group of guys who are on self-improvement, who aren't fapping as much, who aren't playing as much video games. You can now take the leadership position yourself into your group. Start content creation, start getting active on YouTube and making videos almost exactly the same as mine. Like, I'll make you this promise right now. You can literally copy my videos. Use the exact same title. Obviously, what's going to happen is
Copy him. All you have to do is copy him. And there's no question many people are doing that. I have seen the same Jeffrey to Adonis thumbnail from many different blank unfiltered channels, all saying the same exact information that Hamza gave. But how many of them have seen even a fraction of the success that Hamza had? Why is it that Hamza's creating a cult where he says everybody can have the same success he had and teach self-improvement when none have seen that success yet? Is it right that 13 to 17-year-olds are making self-improvement channels, preaching life advice when they themselves haven't even lived enough life to know? Who's their target audience? The 8-year-olds, like elementary schoolers? See, from the very beginning, Hamza's cult was never about you. It was about him. He said himself, it's a multi-level marketing scheme. And if you know anything about that, is that it doesn't help the people at the bottom of it. When people see the Jeffrey to Adonis memes in your thumbnail, the unfiltered in your channel name, they're not thinking about you. They're thinking about Hamza and how great his influence is. You're a pawn in his game, and you're giving him free YouTube marketing to the idea of chasing your YouTube dreams. He convinced you there's enough space in the self-improvement niche for everybody, that all you have to do is copy him, add your own voice to it, and that's enough. You'll make it. But is that what makes a good YouTube channel? Is that how you compete in the cutthroat YouTube algorithm? Jay Tran wouldn't think so. See, for the first time, you ventured outside the Hamza bubble and watched other content creators. Jay Tran's documentary-style content on interesting topics you never heard before captivated you. You're impressed that his portfolio as a content creator is different than what you've seen ever before on the platform. You check his social blade, and he had an even bigger rise on YouTube than Hamza. And finally, you come across this.
What? There's somebody besides the guy that I've been watching on the internet nonstop and nobody else? How could there be? The only person that you should be giving that much attention to is me.
Video. Why following the
That's a joke.
crowd leads to mediocrity, featuring Jake Tran that changes everything.
I knew I had to change something because I was doing what everyone else was doing, and I just wasn't growing at all. And this was my second side of YouTube already. So I thought about it and realized that I was really copying Graham's stuff back then.
Yeah.
And I realized that even if I have the same title, thumbnail, script, exact same words as he does, the only difference is me being on camera talking instead of him. If you put those side by side on the YouTube homepage, who would you rather click on? Graham Stephan with a verified badge, 100K views, versus someone like me who you don't know what my name is and I have like 10 views. You would always click on Graham's every single time, so you can never win. So the only way to get people to click on you is to offer something completely different.
At last you see, Hamza was wrong, very wrong. Of course you wouldn't get far on YouTube trying to copy someone else. Why did you even believe that in the first place? Now you're starting to doubt Hamza and this cult of self-improving men. To add fuel to the fire, Sneako's beef with Hamza proved all your doubts correct. You didn't want to believe that you were part of this little bubble and was blindly following a cult leader like Sneako said, like your own friend said. But the responsive Hamza fans were like sheep being led by a shepherd. Why can't they see Sneako's point? This whole Jeffrey versus Adonis thing can be kind of funny. Him searching like that is kind of...
Shout out to Rumble. I am on Rumble if you guys don't like YouTube. I think I might still actually be under I Didn't Read Your Book podcast, but there's nobody fucking watches that shit. But hey, if I ever get shut down, I'll be on Rumble.
But it's all jokes. He said he respects Hamza and self-improvement is good. It's just, friendly banter. Wait, Hamza replied. No. Is he serious? Is he really taking that many low blows in his response video? You couldn't believe it.
So remember, Sneako was talking about how he talked about his family. He talked about his, I think he said he talked about his mom, he talked about his girlfriend, all this stuff.
He brought in his family and relationship for a simple roast? Why are all the comments calling this a mature response? Who is this Michael Drift guy? Hold on, actually, he seemed to be the only person with more balanced view on this.
That's Michael Drift.
Anyways, to add the nail to the coffin, when Hamza finally picked up the phone, after many streams of just ghosting Sneako was trying to squash the beef, they had a discussion and it was going well, Hamza apologized, they were laughing, it seemed like everything was blown over, you restored faith that Hamza was this Adonis that you always imagined him to be. But unfortunately, the true Hamza couldn't help but reveal himself.
B-Squash, thank you for finally calling, bro. I'm gonna drop it. I might stretch here and there. I might stretch on the Discord, I'm not gonna lie to you, but...
Sneako, I'm not gonna lie. The reason why I found this funny is because I feel like I treated you like how I used to treat the girls. I was a fuckboy. I got you emotional, and then I just didn't really open up any of your messages for a while, and then literally you just kept on calling me. You called me like 15 times. You decided you're just like brain lost, really emotional, and it made me cringe a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
You're calling me cringy right now?
Bro, you called my old number like 15 times.
On stream for content. I don't care about you. I'm trying to get the content and show people that
I don't care about you.
You should end up like me. Wait. You calling me cringe after making a video saying don't end up like me?
I treated you like a little bitch, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So again, real quick thing. I don't know how I know this, but he originally made his original video that they were talking about where he went way too hard on Sneako was don't end up like Sneako. Then, oh wait, maybe we're getting there. Now I'm getting out of myself.
Do you guys think he treated me like a little bitch? Chat, you think he treated me like a... Why are you smiling so hard right now?
Jesus!
I am. But, like, you're smiling because you think I'm a little... Are you still, like, jacking...
Just like that, when things could have ended good between them, Hamza's ego got in the way and took a turn it didn't need to. You check the comments of the video and some people are starting to realize Hamza isn't this perfect Adonis cult leader. Wait, it's that, oh, the Michael Drift guy. Damn, that's another solid take on this situation. Seems like the only guy who can watch Hamza and critique his views. Anyways, at last, Hamza reflects on his actions and admits defeat in the final video of the beef. Don't end up like Hamza. He admits...
So that's what he was saying. That's why Sneaker was saying, you just said don't end up like me? Because he did have a video that said don't end up like Sneeko, but afterwards, because he went too hard, everybody was like, yo, what the fuck? And Sneeko ended up on top. He said, don't end up like Hamza.
Taking low blows to a simple roast, to taking a bad turn in the phone call with Sneeko. But what's this? The comments are saying, I really respect how you admit your mistakes. Not the same people who encourage the hippies video saying, I respect how he admits his mistakes. Can anyone see these men are brainwashed? Wait. Is that Michael again? And Hamza likes this comment too. Okay, now I really gotta read this now. Hamza, this is a bigger lesson than just yourself. You have to observe and be wary of these comments. In your hippies video on Sneeko, taking all the low blows for a simple roast, all your fans celebrated and cherished you. Only I and maybe a few people critiqued you. I ultimately gave Sneeko the W after the phone call, especially with that crazy turn you took in the end. And in that comment section, you can see me saying everything you're realizing now. You need some real ones in your circle. You're a victim of your success and all your fans are too young and impressionable to see when you make a mistake. All of them cheered you on. They were going at me for critiquing you in the comments. This is a good step in the right direction though. Watch all your fans now say, great job Hamza for admitting your mistakes, when none of them called it out before. Wow. Whoa. Ray was right. This guy was right. I can't believe I cut him off. I've been was I brainwashed? Oh my gosh. What have I been doing? Oh my gosh. Oh no. You have officially escaped from Hamza's call. You realize that Hamza, while he does give great advice, isn't someone you should idolize as a cult leader and should simply see as another content creator on the YouTube platform. That you should pave your own path in this world. Listen to many different voices, people, experts, opinions, content creators, and find the right mix that
can't stop looking at that patchy ass beard.
Works for you. That you question the advice of people you really admire, even if they really helped you at one point. Is it smart to make a YouTube channel copying everything Hamza does and expect success? Is that what Hamza did to see success? Because I don't think it was. The Jeffrey versus Adonis thing was different. It was unique to his channel. It's what gave him that competitive edge. Which honestly, it doesn't take a genius to see that this cult was never really about helping.
I would cut it here and go to what, but this ends. This is a good ending. This is like shout out to is it called Michael Drift? Yeah, shout out to Michael Drift. This is a good, well-made video, and it really touches on, I think a lot of people get too far down the rabbit hole on this creator, that creator, this space of creators. Just don't. It's entertainment, and it can be good, and it can be serious, and it can have real life value. But it's just the internet.
His fans create YouTube channels and self-improve altogether. It was more so about helping Hamza increase his influence on his fans and promote his YouTube channel. You see, this level of questioning is exactly what you should be capable of. Not a blind cult member, but a viewer of his channel, of someone who has a lot of things figured out. Things I would agree with.
Bingo, Trey. Bingo. Bingo, 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 bingo. This is the theme that fits with this channel, is that this Michael Drift guy, along with apparently many other people, were in this. The guy Hamza literally calls it a cult. So I don't know how that guy. People are stupid, but I didn't think they were that stupid. But yeah, it's a cult, and you see people riding, dick riding for this channel, that channel, this. Like, I appreciate so much when you guys push back on things that I say, or we get into a discussion and we don't agree, because I know, obviously I'm just a small channel now, but I know that you guys aren't just coming here to hear the things that you already know or that you want to hear. You're coming here because you want to be entertained. First of all, I hope you're entertained by it, but secondly, challenged. And I don't think that many people know how to do both of those things at the same time. But I do.
But not all. Someone who's worthy of looking up to has accomplished a lot, but is still capable of making mistakes like anyone else. Someone who's on his own self-improvement journey, as am I, as is you watching this, who's worthy of looking up to as a mentor, but definitely not as a cult leader. Never that. See, this video isn't really about Hamza. I know it sounds like it, but anybody can critique somebody that's put hundreds of hours of content online. The real critique of this video, this whole time, has been you. Yes, you who had the dramatic moment and decided to go down the Hamza YouTube self-improvement rabbit hole. Yes, you who blindly joins his cult and defends him no matter what. And you who sees nothing wrong in trying to copy his exact success on YouTube. You're the problem. Stop trying to be the next Hamza. and try to be the next you.
As cheesy as that sounds, facts all day. Yeah, right?
Let's go.
So, I wanted to bring you here because...
And, like, I understand the irony that this channel, I call myself the Indian Jesus, but I hope it's clear that that's tongue-in-cheek. And I don't actually think that I'm the second coming of the Messiah. If you thought that I was, you're wrong. I mean, I might be, but as far as I know, I'm not.
Man, you was right, bro. It's embarrassing, man. I was part of this Hamza cult thing, and I was just idolizing this man, trying to be this perfect Adonis, and I just couldn't see it at the time, bro. But you were telling me the truth, man. Like, I'm still...
If anyone ever says Adonis to me in real life, if anyone said Adonis to you in real life, just walk away.
Self-improvement and all of them. He's not a bad guy, but to say I wasn't in a bubble would be a lie. So, more importantly, man, I just want to apologize for cutting you off. I don't think that was right, and while I still want to, be friends with you again, I understand if you don't want to kick it with me anymore.
Man, listen, bro. Honestly, you're good. Don't worry about it. You know, I think it's a good thing that you were looking up self-improvement on YouTube. I just think you kind of got a little bit too tied up with the whole Hamza cult thing. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's great to have you back. Yeah, man. You still doing YouTube, though?
Yeah, about that. I decided I will, but definitely not in the way I was doing it before. Well, you know, it's funny. There's this guy called Michael Drift, and he made this video, like, critiquing Hamza and the whole...
I absolutely am Indian. I may or may not be Jesus. I am just not claiming to legitimately be Jesus. I may be the second coming of the Christian Messiah. I may be the first coming of the Jewish Messiah. I think that's how that works. Maybe. I mean, I don't think the Jesus of the Bible was like, "Hey, I'm Jesus from the time he was born." I think that if I remember correctly, there was some shit that like happened, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm the Messiah." But so as far as I know, I'm not Jesus. I am definitely Indian. I may be Jesus. I'm just not claiming that I am.
Oh man, like...
You see how well you can wiggle out of bullshit when you understand how to use your words?
It was a really well-made video, bro. Like, it's honestly what made me see the light on this whole thing. Like, he critiqued Hamza and talked about how he's not this perfect Adonis and how, like, the cult is a bit like a pyramid scheme, like, type thing. So, yeah, man, that's really what made me even be here today talking with you.
Word. Michael Drift.
Shocking.
All right, bet. I'm going to check him out, man. I'm going to thank him, you know, for bringing you back, honestly.
Yeah, you know what? You don't even have to check his stuff out, because I'll just show you right now. But, yeah, man, like, so I ended up watching that one video about Hamza, and I just kind of, like, deep dived into his other content. And, man, like, he does self-improvement, but it's, like, a mix of, like, self-improvement and, like, documentary style. And then he also has, like, really deep research and editing and, like, graphics. But at the same time, like, kind of like one of our mans. You see what I'm saying? But he has, like, good music taste. And, man, bro, like, he's really different with it, bro. Like, I actually think he's, like, he might be the next one coming up, which, you know what, I could be wrong. Maybe I can message him about starting a Discord, right? And then if he starts a Discord, man, that'd be dope. And then I wonder if he has an editor. He probably have an editor. So, man, like, I could be like the Sam to his Hamza. You know Hamza has Sam, right? Maybe I could be like the Sam to his Hamza together. We can come up.
Oh, hold on, bro. Slow down. You're kind of doing it again, bro, honestly.
Doing what? Anyways, I got the video if you want to see it.
I mean, yeah, I'll watch the video, but don't you kind of see how you're doing the same thing?
So this is you. You finally mustered up the courage to ask your crush out.
That's a good ending. I had to go through the end because he pulls it full circle. I love full circles. I like circles. All right. So now that we've seen that, let's get into this. So this is an hour long. I don't intend on watching every second of it. I skim through it. And like if they're not talking about shit, then we'll just skip forward to something a little bit more interesting. And Hamza actually said multi-level marketing. That's a pyramid scheme. Oh yeah, there was no well, did he say it? Because the guy we just watched was Michael Drift. This guy here is Adonis. Jesus Christ, I just fucking said it. Wah, wah. This guy is Hamza. The other guy was a Hamza cult member who was like, "Oh shit, I'm in a cult." But yeah, he literally calls it a cult. He literally calls it a cult. He literally had, you know, just like how Tate had Hustlers University, this guy had his Hamza cult, and I mean it's the same shit. It's very easy. It's very easy. There is an abundance of sad and lonely young men. So all you have to do is tell them that they want to hear, and you're going to blow the fuck up. I could do that. But I'm not an asshole. I mean, I'm sometimes an asshole, but I'm not that much of an asshole. So I'd rather just give it to you guys straight. And, you know, if you're with it, then you're with it. And if you're not, then you can find another channel. You film says, weird thing is, when I was doing prawn, you did. How has this never come up before? How How has this never come up before? Oh man, we got to talk about that. He said his name was Jeffrey Adonis and he was doing prawn. Oh my god, that's staying up for a minute. Oh, all right, so let's see where this goes.
So to my boys, there's no line. We've been watching yours on my phone then, and I'll just say, bro, no matter what you want to say about Scott, bro, he's fucking very good at the skill of live streaming. Like, people don't realize this is a skill. Like, I've just joined, I'm total noob at it. And for me, it's a very difficult skill, and just watching you entertain, what was it, 8,000 people, it's very impressive, man.
Well, 9,000, but no, who's
9,000.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's important because, and I'm realizing I want to, one thing you said in your don't end up like Cinco video, I think rung true. And I saw it. Did you see Patrick CC's documentary?
No. What is that, the Cinco going insane one? No.
Yeah. He talked about like our beef or whatever. And there was a clip you put in. I remember when I reacted to you, I said, like, I'm not your role model. I'm just an entertainer. I'm just a comedian. And since then, I've reevaluated. And I want to be a role model for people, which you are. I think what
Oh no, he wants to be a role model. I mean, it's good that he wants to be a role model in the sense of how he wants to act. But you should want to, when you say I want to be a role model, you should want to be a role model in that sense, in the way that, the way that I act. If people were to look up to me, that I would be, that would be a good thing. You shouldn't want to have people look up to you just for like as a goal. That doesn't make that's a little weird to me.
I have, you just said it, like I have more of it. I can entertain people, I can be loud and like, ah! But you got the holistic, like, you're more like, this is the way, this is how to do it, Adonis Jeffrey. And it's good because it's like, obviously, I realized that right away when I started live streaming. Immediately when I started live streaming, I was like, where you at? I didn't really know how to do it that well. And then I just asked my chat, like, what should I react to? What should I react to? And then, bro, Hamza. And fuck, god damn. I was getting pissed off because every single day they would spam it. So finally, when it got time to react to you, I was fed up already. I think that's why it came off.
I don't think Treg was joking. We had 8 people in here, and right about the time that he hit this, somebody left. So I think he's being serious.
Like with so much negative energy, but it also opened up my eyes, not trying to be racist, but it opened up my eyes to how much self-improvement men need. Men need some guidance right now because of all the other brainwashing that's going on in social media. So there's such a big market for people who need that sort of guidance. And at first I didn't want to be that. I thought it was cool.
Brasse. That's exactly what I just
said. Because I felt like I'm good on my own. I don't need like self-improvement. I don't need people to tell me what to do. I can figure it out for myself. I know what to do. But I've a lot of stuff you said, like, I've changed about my life. Like I quit weed and everything like that. Which inherently we've probably like been lingering for a long time. But yeah, I want to incorporate more of that. I want to become more of like an all-encompassing influence.
Go get your toy.
That's awesome to hear, man. That's the message that I wanted to push out. And we spoke about this. We made videos about each other and everything. And I said that I took your joke, like, it just made me emotional and stuff. And so I took it way too hard. And I think what you said about like my boys and everything, it hurt. But I think we just weren't seeing each other on the same page. I didn't see you as just a lighthearted guy who's just making a joke and he's on live stream. I saw it as like personal attack, and I was just being feminine and emotional. And I've learned from that. And I think you just didn't really at the time. I think as you've streamed, you kind of automatically you're gaining, I'm guessing, like 95% male audience, and so you automatically, you start to realize what problems these guys have. They're deeply lonely. They're struggling with mental health, with porn, with their diet, with everything. And especially, porn's one of the jokey ones where it's like, oh, Hamza tells people, like some guy was in my stream the other day. Oh, Hamza's like got some like no touching PP club or some shit, making fun. And
where do you guys stand on that shit? Like, I think. I don't think that anybody here has expressed specifically like no fap, but that seems kind of like, I don't know, just weird. Like, yeah, if you're whacking it 4 times a day, if you're whacking it like OD, then sure, yeah, you should not be doing it like that. But I don't really think that there's that much of an issue. It just, doing that every once in a while.
Silly, but it's like, bro, like the majority, like 11-year-olds have porn addictions these days, man. Yeah, honestly, when you really think about it, it breaks my fucking heart because you're 22 years old, aren't you?
Good one.
No, I'm 23. I'm turning 24 in 6 hours. Actually, it's my birthday tonight.
Oh shit!
So Trey, it's simply because it's it's still illegal in a lot of places, so that's a good reason to not smoke if you're really on your path. Doing illegal shit is not a good idea. But I think it's a hangover effect from just the stereotype of the stoner, like, you remember that you remember that commercial, like the truth commercials where the girl was like a balloon that like got deflated and she's on the couch and she's like this is what happens when you do drugs. Like, you used to be fun. Or like the guy that was talking to his dog. I don't know. I mean, definitely, there are people who are, addicted to weed. But you're right. It's like it's the addiction. It's not the weed. And I don't play to that at all. I mean, I rarely smoke during the day, but I smoke every single night. And if I'm not doing anything, I smoke. And I wish I found it in high school. I was severely depressed in high school, and I just feel like if I had weed, I would have been better. I mean, I might have gotten in trouble, which would have, gotten whichever way, but mentally, it definitely would have helped me. So I'm right there with you.
I'm glad that you got unbanned this day as well, but 23, I'm guessing you got a smartphone and started watching porn at age, like what, 13, 14, something like that?
Yeah, 12 or something like that. I remember, like, no homo, I've never talked about such shit. I remember, like...
That's a good point, too. I'm a little bit older, so my introduction to porn was downloading images off of, like, Napster. And you'd wait, like, 20 minutes for, like, Lisa Silverstone faked or something like that. So maybe being 11 years old and just being able to see everything, maybe that's a little bit of an issue. But I'm not 11, so...
I know, chat. Tell me if you've done this before. I was at a sleepover with my friends. We were like 12.
Sleepover.
And we all like watched porn together. And then individually we'd go into the closet and jerk off and stuff like that. I remember that.
Have any of you done that? I have never done that. That is fucking weird.
That was a sleepover. That was the first time I watched porn. I was 12. I remember Two Girls, One Cup came out and throwing up before soccer practice. Like what? That was the first porn I saw. Was Two Girls.
Who knows? I mean, I'm sure all of you have seen it, but who was around for the original Two Girls, One Cup?
Woke up seeing like bitches like throw up poop back and forth in each other's mouth. I remember being sick to my stomach for weeks. It's really bad for you. And I think at first, in college, like I had a problem. Like I always had game. I was always able to pick up. And there was sometimes like it would be like sometimes there was one time I was fucking a bitch. I had to go to the bathroom and watch porn to get hard, and then I went back. You know what I'm saying? That's a perfect example of how porn desensitizes you. Like, how is a naked girl on my bed not enough stimulation for me? So I'm there like watching Tory Black or whatever in the bathroom trying to get hard. Like, come on. It's sad, bro. This shit.
That is sad. If you need that, if you're doing that, then yes, you should not be watching porn. But just like alcohol, just like working out, just like anything else, he's gonna need whatever. I know that bark, and he's got something. There's something stuck. It's right there. Just eat it. Fuck you. Yeah. If you are doing that, then you are doing it too much. But again, that is not an issue with the content. That is an issue with the addiction. Oh my God, bro! If I could show that here, I would love to see your reaction. I would love to see your reaction to that. I didn't know there was people who had never seen that. Wow. Any film? Are you in the Discord? Join the Discord. We'll screen that for you.
What's with your head?
That is deeper than that, man. That's just, I don't know what your relationship was with that woman, but I imagine you were getting more serious with the girl, but then you've been watching porn for years. I like to bring everything to like the sort of evolutionary psychology that how our ancestors did, and the sort of evolution inside of us. What it's doing when we watch porn, we jack off. It's like our monkey brain and our entire body thinks, okay, you are at the height of man. You've just experienced like sex and ejaculation, impregnated 50 different women with different hair colors, everything fantastic. You're the man. Well, okay, rest, be tired. Eat some junk food. You're the man. You just spread your seed. You don't need to work hard anymore. We have a generation of men who are like, I don't know if like the semen retention kind of no-fap community is a bit cringe, and they're a bit too serious with this.
Okay, there you go.
90 or something. Like,
it is culty. I wouldn't join a community, and I think the difference between you and me is I could foster more with comedy. Like I'm able to like point out. I think it's a good wake up call for a lot of people. Like people who doing the jaw stretches and stuff like that. It's like okay, so all right, like
it's just yes, but he's not talking back to me. He's just doing that, and he's fucking like that bark is I can't get like I my toy is under the thing and I can't reach it. He's just like staring at it. What are you doing, bro? Get your toy. What are you doing? Get it, Mark. Get it. Dog.
Saying like I guess it's good, but I don't need no fap. I can just tell people like prawn is bad. I know that, and it can be that. I don't need to join a community of guys and go like jerk off about how we don't jerk off. That's weird.
Yeah. You've always done it by yourself. I think that's a pretty big difference, at least from me. Like, I needed to see this. I'm the kind of guy, like, I needed as many advantages as possible, so I needed to really obsess over this. I look up to guys like you. It seems like you've had
Facts, indie film.
not so much an easier journey. I'm sure you've had your struggles, but there's a bunch of guys who can kind of realize porn is bad and then start making progress away from it, whereas a bunch of guys realize it's bad and then literally still stay addicted for years, and they need to like be constantly talking, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. They need to wake up and literally obsess over it. And whilst that seems so counterintuitive, is I personally needed to do it to see any level of progress at all.
Who did you look up to?
How is that better? Or I mean, yeah, let me ask it that way. How is that better or worse than needing opiate pills to get any level of progress throughout the day? And progress meaning literally getting from the bed to the bathroom, out to that. We're talking about addiction. Addiction is addiction, no matter which way you look at it. It may manifest differently, but if you're addicted to some shit, it's essentially psychologically the same thing.
Did you find self-improvement?
Oh man, age 20, 21, literally slowly lost all of my friends, smoking weed every day, and got like closer and closer with a girl, like toxic relationship, who she was like a girl I used to hook up with in university when we would go to clubs and everything, and end up living with her. Which, bro, when you're 21, moving like full on, signing the apartment contract and moving with a girl, bro, we're together 24/7, smoking weed every day, and I turn into it like
sounds like the fucking life.
Just a waste, man. I'm literally just waking up, and I swear to God, I wake up and start smoking all day.
That's what I had the same phase when I was 21, but it was pandemic, so I think it was kind of like there's nothing else to do. And I was in New York, and she was paranoid, and she was 5 years older, so she was kind of leading the relationship. So yeah, just wake up, get high, watch the fucking movie, just wait for the quarantine to be over, and me not taking action and everything like that. I don't say it was her fault though, but yeah, I moved in with her. I did the same thing. Was that during the pandemic for you?
Just before, but it's interesting that both of us have had this experience, and looking at it from like the outside, it's almost like you're living like such an ideal male life. If we just gave like the objective facts, oh, like, yeah, we've got girlfriends, we're living with them, we're smoking weed, we're eating pizza, we're having sex. The majority, I think 90% of guys would have traded places with us, but at least for me,
I would. I mean, no, what? That sounds like if you're just saying, oh, I'm doing this thing that other people say is bad, and I feel bad about it because other people think this thing is bad, then how is that any different? Now I mean, sure, okay, fine. If you're happier doing whatever you're doing, then more power to you. But absolutely, that is what do you think, a CEO, billionaire, retirees do? They sit around, they do drugs, they hang out with the bitches, and they relax. They'll be on the grind. That's what you want to do for your entire life? This is it sounds nice. It sounds nice. But do it for another 5 years. And then you're like, you know what? I had it right when I was 21. I made enough money, simplify my life, and just do what makes me happy. I'm not saying, as I pointed out before, I'm not telling you what to do with your life at all. But I'm not saying that I want to just, smoke weed and do nothing. That gets boring, yeah. But there's nothing wrong, especially when the whole world is locked down, with just hanging out, smoking weed, getting laid, and watching Netflix.
Hey, bro, I felt like shit, and I'm guessing you felt the same ways. Lacking purpose, lacking mission, lacking goals and fulfillment, and the work that we're doing here it makes you a shell of a man.
Yeah, I would say for a long time I talked about having no purpose and being nihilistic and not having a sense of direction. There was like a phase of like 2 years, and I know like a lot of people miss the main channel videos. I have one coming out on Friday, this big documentary. Anyway, I talked a lot about missing.
Ooh, we might have. Well, no, never mind.
Or a sense of purpose or sense of direction. I made this video making fun of astrology girls, and then I talked about how I don't know everything, but I'll find my purpose eventually. I'll talk about it. I made videos about nothing happens for a reason. I made even this video on my second channel called I Don't Care About Anything. But now I think I found God, and I'm not really sure exactly what that is. I don't like the idea of God being a man. I think that it doesn't make sense personally that a God would have a gender.
There you
but
go.
I think God is love. God is everything positive. God is.
That means it's not God. Love is love. Is that confusing? Do I need to say that again, Stico? And everybody's God is love. No. Love is love. We have a name for it already. It's called love.
Just everything good about the world. And it's a belief. It's a greater purpose. It's what happens before and after we die. It's whatever controls things. It's karma. That's what I think God is. And finding that.
This is precisely what I mean. This is precisely what I mean. Ah! This shit drives me insane. You are now So everybody who is religious and who is listening to Sneeko now thinks that their thoughts, their beliefs are being perpetuated or being validated because he's saying the word God. But he is not talking about anything that has ever been a definition of God in the history of humanity. Hey, Posita, where the fuck you been, bro? Welcome back. Sneeko took an L. When did Sneeko take an L? I mean, I'm definitely disagreeing with the God thing, but that's an everybody thing. Everybody says God is love.
Helped ground my sense of purpose and also really try to, I have a lot more attention on my shit. Like when we had the beef, I was getting like 1,000 viewers per stream, and now it's 10x. And so now it's like, okay, not only should I just be beyond entertaining, but
yo, somebody start a channel and let's beef. Like, I promise I won't talk about your. Okay, yeah, that's an L for everyone. But yeah, yo, find somebody who hates me. Oh, actually, Henry hates me from Darshan's. What did he say? Oh shit. Darshan was talking about. He said overall. I was like, so what did Henry say now? He said overall that you attempted to sabotage my YouTube channel from Darshan. I don't know what could possibly be misinterpreted that I was trying to sabotage his channel when, ironically, there was a stream that I was on Darshan's channel, and there was a dude or a person, I don't know who the fuck it was, that put their photo or their avatar as a dude fisting his booty hole. But no, I'm trying to sabotage the channel.
There's a greater responsibility too, because you can see where the road that a lot of young men can take. They could follow the wrong people online. They could follow the wrong YouTubers and get clouded in a bunch of bullshit. Mm-hmm. And so I shouldn't just be on here entertaining. I should try to tell. It's not just young men watching. I got everybody, but like for the young men watching, you can help them out. You can really steer them in the right direction. I see you doing that and admire that.
Thank you. Well, I said it to you too in the video I made about you. I said that you've got to understand you're an influence. I don't think you realized it at the time. I think you maybe slightly were underestimating yourself to at least what I and some others were seeing. You had a huge.
I don't know about that. Sneeko's been like an online personality for the last decade. I mean, he's never been as big, obviously, but I don't know.
Audience, and it's even grown further. You're an influencer, not the cringy sort of like fake lip, what's that, lip filler kind of influencer, like, oh, I buy my product or some shit, like a real influencer, like a role model for these young men. And the message you're sending out now, what's interesting is that you said that word responsibility, like you feel like you've got a responsibility now. And recently you've been talking so much about masculinity and, feminine men being weak. And that's something that both of us are really like thinking and talking about. Well, the number one way to become more masculine for yourself is to take responsibility of others. And that's what you're doing. And that's why you feel like so purposeful. That's why you probably feel like so much more like right, so much aligned with your mission. You feel almost in a weird way.
Yo, what did I say right here?
No, you're probably working long hours, longer than you've probably ever done before. You probably feel more free.
Yes, because I'm not chained down by the rules that society's putting up in front of me.
You're just chained down by the rules that you put on yourself.
I think it's a greater purpose, and that is the purpose. I think I found it. Like for a long time, I was like, I don't know what it is, but now that I have found it, it is freedom, because that's ultimately what you're supposed to do as a man. Is provide and spread knowledge and just.
Oh, there's another one. Oh, you can't see behind the name. Jesus, yeah, baby.
Yeah,
I love you over there.
Adonis stuff. I hate talking about it, but I'm not good at talking about it. You're better at that. Like I cringe when I start saying it. I just want to like crack jokes and stuff.
You should cringe. You should cringe when you're talking about being an Adonis. You absolutely should cringe when you're talking about being an Adonis, specifically if the dichotomy is Jeffrey.
That, and my natural thing is like, as soon as I start being like, yeah, we should be better, and just you could do it every day. I'm like, fucking F word. Like I just wanted like shut up. Like just calling it. It's just calling it gay. Like that's what's I like. Just shut up. I could hear someone else myself at like a lunch table, and then someone else like, shut up.
I like it, man. Honestly, I love speaking like this. I even found when I was like 15 years old, I was still speaking in the same way when I was speaking about like video games, and I was telling my friends, we can do this, we can hype up, like we can win against these guys on RuneScape or some shit. And then when I turned like 18, I'm hyping up my friends to go to the gym, and now I'm doing it on this like broad spectrum. I've loved speaking like this, man. I've loved like inspiring people.
I'm gonna speed this up a little. If it's too, because we're a little bit there, and I don't feel like wasting time skipping around. So if it's too fast, just let me know. I'll slow it back down. But they're speaking kind of slow anyway. So plus we got the captions. Deal with it.
So what YouTubers did you find? Like who inspired you to get to this point?
Honestly, bro, I wanted to destroy the competition in the self-improvement space.
You
I was
gotta have,
down.
you gotta have,
Yeah.
right? I think you're kind of the face of it.
Yeah, I deep on all of them. There was I was searching for help, man. I was really searching for help. I was struggling. I was writing up, how to fix depression and everything, how to improve yourself, how to stop smoking weed, how to stop procrastinating, because I was working a job that I hated, customer service, and I wanted to get into entrepreneurship, but I wasn't doing the work. I was just procrastinating.
Is that too fast?
Smoking weed and everything. And so I would watch all like the big YouTubers. I don't want to name shame them or anything, but like all the big YouTubers, even the smaller ones, couple 100,000 subscribers, self-improvement, literally any of the guys you can think of. I'd watch them and they'd hype up all these videos and just kind of waste your time and then maybe sell you some expensive ass course, $2,000 and everything. Like, this will change your life, and just waste your time. I couldn't focus on those videos. They didn't help me. And suddenly I thought, you know what, like these guys are making these videos that got 300,000 views, 500k likes, 2 million likes, 2 million followers. I can dominate all of them. And for the first time in a long time, I got this sense of male masculine aggression. Like my competitiveness finally came back. Weed really stopped that out of me. You know, when you've been smoking, it's like you don't really feel competitive. You feel like a little bitch. You feel like really soft and slow, and nobody really wants.
No, I don't know that. When I smoke weed, I feel like my brain is not trying to attack me, and I just get happy and a little sleepy and hungry.
Think about that sort of like PvP, like man versus man situation. And this suddenly it just sobered me up to the point that when I thought about dominating my space in YouTube, for the first time, like I took action. Within a couple of days, I moved out from my girlfriend, moved back home, took the L of like moving back home with family, literally trimmed my hair off, full on, just focus on grinding. And so through COVID, it was literally the most productive time of my life, waking up at 4:30, 5 a.m. every single day, meditating for an hour, sleeping right, eating clean. Just everything was on, because I was like fully thinking, okay, I'm going to deep it on these guys on YouTube.
Do you think that's the right attitude to approach it? These are your ops, or do you think that people who are...
Yo, tell your friends about this stream. If the Friday streams are still, going slow, I might cut them out, because shit's fucking with my analytics. So find some friends, bring them here.
Or people who have the same message should work together. Isn't it bigger than you? Because the way I see, I guess we were like ops for a while. Like it was like I had the poster up and stuff like that. I was like, okay, I shouldn't be enemies with somebody who's on the same side as me. Like you shouldn't even think of it as enemies, but like the people that I want to make fun of and roast and stuff like that are the feminists, slow boys, the brainwashed people, the people who are just making people weaker. That's who I should be making fun of. That's who I should consider like the opposite side, not Hamza, who's inspiring people the same way that I want to inspire people.
That's a really very good point, and it's really wise. And there's an author I like, Simon Sinek, and he's got a book titled The Infinite Game, and he speaks about this, and he says you should have worthy opponents who you encourage, you kind of like see them and get better because of them. And Robert Greene talks about this in the 48 Laws of Power. He says like use your enemies. And honestly, that's what me and you have done. Like you said on one of your recent videos about me, you said like you took the sort of criticism I said of you, like weed, and you took that seriously. And you almost like you kind of insinuated like a part of your big drive to like your really succeeding live streaming was somewhat fueled by like, the beef we had.
No, you saying like your main channel's dying is literally, I'm like, what the fuck, nah.
And I definitely agree that we were just talking about this, how shame isn't necessarily a bad thing, and the effect that it can have. Certainly, we shouldn't be. I mean, obviously, if you're going and like making somebody hate themselves over something, especially an immutable characteristic, that's not what I'm talking about. But if you believe that smoking weed is going to not let you be successful in life, and you want to tell your pothead friend that that's what you think, go for it. Maybe they are that kind of stoner where they just don't do anything and they smoke and they just sit around and hey man, did you ever think about like UFO? Like I know those people. Those people should not be smoking, at least during the day. Shame, I'll say shame can be good. Shame isn't always good. There's a lot of shame that comes from places where there shouldn't be. And I mean, that's a whole conversation. I don't really want to go down that road. But shame can be good. Shame can be a very good tool, just as they're talking about. But shame is good. I'm not comfortable saying that. But don't fully disagree.
It's
really valuable.
Yeah, because I needed to prove you wrong. When someone says you're falling off, especially like that was like, fuck, man. Like I can't let it be right. Like imagine if I let you do that video.
So, but again, there we go. It's like, are you trying to get big on YouTube for Hamza? Or are you trying to get big on YouTube because that's what you want to do? I get that these are 20-year-old kids. This is how 20-year-old kids think. I get that. But why do you need somebody else to tell you suck to do well in anything? This is the part of that journey that Sneeko is on. And I guess this dude Hamza too, where they need that fuel. They need the fuel. They need the competition from everybody. And I'm going to do that. Like, competition is great. Competition is good. Shame shame can be good. Competition is always good. But that doesn't mean that you, like, every competition is the right type of competition. I just thought of a terrible example that I can't even say, but use your imagination.
And you're right, and then everything falls off, and I'm done. I go out sad. I'm like, bro, let me turn this shit up. So yeah, the competition is good. Competition is good for it. Men need it, but we're told that it's problematic. And most people, I think, naturally now with social media, people would choose to be like, why would you say that, instead of just being like, bro, fuck that. Let me turn up. Yeah. And even like as a result, you've been turning up too.
That's fair.
You've been turning up. Yeah, but also you were making fun of live streaming before, but now you're live streaming.
Yeah, I'll take the sort of L there, bro. You've inspired me, man. I've seen the work that you've put in. I can see it's a serious grind. I can see that this is kind of like the new age of pushing forward messages. Is live streaming and getting people like really hyped up and to push forward this message that you're saying.
Let's go!
Let's stop being weak as men. Let's not listen to these guys who are making us weaker just because it feels a little bit nicer. You've inspired me to do that.
What type of weirdos have you encountered? I'm guessing
what was that dude's name? Trevin, and Wesley. That's the type of weirdos I've encountered.
I must encounter a lot of, like, and I know you're streaming right now, but like, you could be honest, like, especially my Discord server, like back during the height of the BTB, like I had fucking guys investigate Hamza's Discord server. Like, these guys are so weird. Like, oh my god, they're like obsessed. What's the weirdest interaction? And they even wanted to do like a Discord battle, like Sneako's Discord versus Hamza's Discord, but I just saw that as a waste of time. But have you encountered?
But not that much. I was quite detached away, to be honest. I was like in Thailand. I was training 2, 3, 4 hours a day. I was really, the internet and Airbnb wasn't great, so there was so much friction to like literally logging on. So I saw like your video about me, and obviously I joined your live stream at one time, and I didn't really see much else, which was quite beneficial. And Mike was just focused on other areas. But your question is actually interesting, because one of the things I've really been thinking of, which links to a lot of what you've been talking about, feminine men, is I keep seeing this weird dynamic, which is so normal. And you.
So Positile is on point, and I think I couldn't have said it better myself. So for me, as a young man, I think I'm doing great on finding my own role models. But as I aged, I keep editing my role models list, which I think is good. I think that's great. That is something that I'm pretty sure I said that in one of the last 2 streams. But I definitely was talking about it when we first did the ABBA and Sneeko, and I was like, "Oh, what? This is Sneeko? What happened to the old Sneeko?" You know, and I didn't realize that he was, you know, doing the thing. You know, they're not kidding. Live streaming is a fucking hustle. It's not just sitting in front of the make it look easy for y'all, but it's a whole thing. And you know, when Sam Harris specifically was talking about how, if on the Trigonometry podcast, when he was like, yeah, you know, I don't care if there was corpses of dead babies in Biden's basement. I still would have voted for him over Trump, because Trump is just that bad. And then he goes on to his own podcast to clarify and says, I just want to be clear. I'm not being hyperbolic when I say that, psychologically speaking, Trump is worse than bin Laden. So yeah, that guy left my role model list. When I was 21 and I read his book, Waking Up, A Guide to Spirituality Without Religion, that should change my life. When I read his book, Free Will, that should change my life. When I read his book, A Letter to a Christian Nation, that should change my life. But Positile is on fucking point that as you continue to get older, you need to always be editing. Do I still agree with this motherfucker? If it comes to September 2023 and you haven't questioned whether you are spending your time wisely by watching this channel, then both of us have fucked up.
Are we seeing this? Maybe it's the same. Like, you're in New York, aren't you?
No, I just moved to Miami. It's my new crib. I moved to Miami last week.
Facts, indie film. Facts.
It looks different, man. It looks nice there, man.
Got out of here, got my concealed carry permit, and I'm in like a high-rise apartment, getting more security, stuff like that, trying to be able to spread this message before people want me to stop. But yeah,
big move up, man. Respect, bro. But it's this. Oh, bro. Okay, imagine you're sat in a restaurant with your girl, and every single couple, bro, every single couple who walks in, the girl walks in first, and it isn't like, you know, the guy's a gentleman, he's open the door. The girl literally walks in first, speaks to the waiter, orders pretty much for both of them. The guy, I was about to say boy, and that really symbolizes it. The boy is stood behind her like a good little boy, and just kind of like whippers up like what he wants to order, and then when it's time to pay, he pays.
Does that happen? I've been out of the dating world for a little bit. Like, obviously, I know that the guy paid. That's what I'm talking about. Like, but her talking to the waiter, her ordering for him. That's cringe.
What?
Burn up.
Who's that? What are you trying to make an example of?
Every couple that I see is in this like really weird depolarized dynamic where the woman is
I've
masculine
never
and leading
seen
the
that
relationship and the man is feminine and just kind of like taking a submissive role.
I got
saw you
10
talking on your
years.
stream
I got 10 years on this motherfucker, and I've never once seen that.
recently about how I don't know if you want to talk. I mean, you're talking about his stream, so but like, did that happen? Like, you recently got snaked? What was the story of that?
What is that?
Yeah, so pretty much my best friend, like second best friend.
Does anybody? Am I old, or is this a streaming thing, or what? Does anybody know what he means by snaked? Any phone says doesn't happen with me and my fiance, and in fact, sometimes we'll mess with the server where she orders a steak, and I say no, you. That's great. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh man, what is the normal reaction like? I'm trying to think because I was a server for like 5 years. I'm trying to think what I would do. She's like, I'll have a steak. It's like, actually, you'll have a salad. I'd be like, oh fuck. And there's jokes that people will are very common. Like, anything else I can get you? Yeah, the winning lottery numbers. That's not funny. Why? Because everybody else has said it. This, I never in all my years heard this. He said the server just freeze and look at her like, yeah, I imagine. Pastor said, listen to the Indian Jesus, boys. He speaks facts. I try, but not always. And that's what you guys are here for. To make sure that when I'm putting all this out into the world, you guys are my checks and balances. Because if I say something, you're like, whoa. That's not what it is. And then I listen to you guys, and I learn, and then I can continue to speak facts. Trace says, my girl orders for me, but I tell her what I want, and she talks to the person for me. Okay. Why? Why don't you just say it? That's weird to me. I mean, hey, do your thing. Whatever makes you happy. I'm just curious. Why?
We're like really close, training in the gym 5 times a week, and really good friends. And he kind of like
That white dude?
betrayed. Huh?
That white dude with the blonde white dude with the glasses?
No, not Sam. Not Sam. It'd never be Sam. But he's not skinny anymore. He's bulking up. But yeah, not Sam. But like a different guy. We were really close and everything, and he just got this awkward friendship with my ex because me and him go to the gym and she works there, and just their friendship just made me fucking uncomfortable. But he's quite like a modern sort of feminine man, so it's like, oh, we're just friends. Like, and I never really called him out. And obviously, like, I should have taken responsibility, sat down and said, oh no, you're uncomfortable. You shouldn't really be close friends with like my ex or anything. But fine. But then I go to Thailand and they get closer. They're posting on the Snapchat story like, he work out with each other. It still fucking hurts, bro. Honestly. And so me and the friends I'm with.
I thought it was your current girl.
No, this is the girl I was dating before I went to Thailand. So I broke up with her when I went to Thailand. Telling her like, okay, I'm planning to go.
Fair game after that?
Yes.
100%. She's allowed to do whatever she wants. She's a free woman. But your best friend should not pursue any woman that you've had interactions with, in my opinion.
That's fair. Yeah.
You think so?
I agree.
Like she's allowed, she even like
Fair
her
enough.
pursuing him. It would somewhat,
All right, poll time. I'm not doing the poll. I need chat. I need motherfuckers in the chat. Like every single time I hit this, the chat rate is always 0. And I know you guys are here with me, but there's not a lot of us. So when I ask you some shit, please answer. So fuck, I always do this. I fucking forget what the fuck I was gonna say.
Whatever she wants, she's a free woman. But your best friend.
Oh, best friend. So do you think Y or N? Is it okay for your best friend to hook up with your ex? Did I ask for? You're on fire tonight, Indie Film. You're on fire.
Should not pursue any woman that you've had.
But yeah, yes or no? Is it okay for your best friend to get with your ex?
Interactions with, in my opinion.
That's fair. Yeah.
You think so? Like she's like she even like her pursuing him, it would somewhat make me uncomfortable. But it's like, okay, yeah, fine. But like your friend should have loyalty to you forever.
Yup.
And so how did you find out? What did they end up doing?
That being said, okay, so we got one no. We got somebody who's very confused. I would say generally I agree with Positao. However, I don't think. Well, I think there's a like just because you hooked up with a girl, that's different than her being your girlfriend. Like if you hooked up with a girl and then your boy hooks up with her, and you're mad about it, get over it. I've been in that situation. I'm kind of a sensitive dude, so like when I fall for girls easy. So I've hooked up with girls that I wasn't with, and then Trey also says no. Yeah, actual ex-girlfriend, not just a girl you hooked up with. And I've been in situations where there's a girl that I hooked up with, and then a friend would be hooking up with her, and I would be butthurt, but I know that that's a me problem. Like, she was never mine. And even, the red pill stance is that she's never yours. It's just your turn.
I don't know, bro. I never even went to. I kind of like someone spoke about it, and he's like, he has a girlfriend and everything. And he's a godly man, so I don't believe they would have like done anything sexual.
Godly man.
Cheat on his girl, and they wouldn't have like.
What does that mean? God is love, or Christian, or Muslim, or bullshit?
Casual sex or anything, but just their friendship made me uncomfortable. But then when I came back, the dynamic's all different. And one time he's just ignoring me and stuff, and I came back in at like a good time, for a couple of weeks, ignoring me and stuff. And then just suddenly he sends me like a massive paragraph, like, "Oh, well, I've never agreed with your views on women, and men aren't superior to women." And they're like, "Oh, like, what's this coming from?"
Shady.
And my other friend told me that he put on Instagram about Andrew Tate saying,
"That is cope. That is dude coping with understanding that he crossed the line." He's like, "Well, you're mean to women anyway, so it's okay for me to be a dick."
And this misogyny should be cancelled. And anyone with these, I'm like, what the fuck? Me and him have had so many conversations, and like we spoke about female promiscuity and everything, and like he's just he's heard something from some girl or maybe from my ex or something, been like, "Oh, Andrew Tate's a misogynist," and he's just suddenly just started believing it, and then he blamed it on me because I've somewhat talked about Andrew Tate. I gave him the book, The Way of the Superior Man, which is literally just a book on masculinity.
Yeah, everybody recommends the book.
Man, he read that book title, didn't even read the rest of the book, and then sent me a message, angry message. "Oh, but men aren't superior to women."
He's gone. He's lost.
Oh, no, and this is like, it's just a bad display of character. He's just being a little bitch or something. Fine, but
so any of them said, "Fuck." Should never mind. Any of them says you're not together. I mean, it might strain your friendship, but it can also keep your ex from being a problem for you. His problem now. I mean, I guess, but you're not wrong. But like, y'all see this real quick though? Oh, come on. Jesus is greater than Andrew Tate. No, but I agree. You're not wrong. But the notion is that if she's that much of a problem, then it seems like your boy would know about that because you would tell him while you were together. And so and then it also like it's a sticky situation where it's like, I don't know if it would be better if I would prefer that he's just fucking her or that he actually likes her. Either way, it sucks for me emotionally. Not what any film is saying that even if you're crying about it, you don't got to deal with that shit anymore. She's an ex for a reason, but gets a little shady. Pascal says friendship is over if that happens. Not because I would dislike my friend in terms of personality, but mainly because it would become uncomfortable. I gotta throw a man up card there though, because as much as it is uncomfortable, she's not yours. It's just your turn. She belongs to the streets. So when she when she acts in her nature, for you to take it out on him, it's shaky. It's shaky. But like I said, I've been there, and I definitely it definitely was uncomfortable. But I didn't hold him to account. I definitely pulled back on hanging out with him as much and talking to him as much because I was hurt. But at no point was I like, you did this to me. Like, nah, he did that to her. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking about me to my ex, telling the details. "Oh yeah, he's sleeping with this girl. He's sleeping with just that." As soon as snakes. I looked at him and I was like, "Wait, did you like? That's fully like violating our brotherhood that we had." And he looked at me in disgust and went, "Oh, but it's your fault because you introduced us to each other 6 months ago."
Okay, yeah, just a snake, bro. You come.
It's a good point here from any films. So they're just snaking, meaning another dude taking your girl. Got it. Okay. I thought I don't know why I thought that was some lingo, but that's what they were talking about. So anyone says it also doesn't mean that they will have the same problems you did. I wish I had that Jesse's girl. Na, 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 na. Yeah, I mean, likely the reason you would have the same problems is because you're the same type of dude. Because she's going to be the same type of girl. So if she's a selfish bitch with you, unless he is, an Adonis, she's going to be a bitch with him too. And if she's not, then you need to be asking yourself, what is the difference between you and your friend where this bitch that you cannot even be with is submitting to your friend, but with you, she's a bitch. So again, it's sticky. It is a sticky situation. Trey says, I'm gonna be a little in my feeling if he is actually dating her versus they just smash it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna be in my feels either way. I'm just not sure which one is worse. Oh, I mean, I guess. Yeah, I guess. No, I think I'm the other way around. Like if you're just like that was a girl that had feelings for it, bro. Like she knows secrets about me. Like she knows about like my parents. Like no, I'd rather you at least care about her. I think. I don't know.
Come off, right?
Yeah, block them up everything, bro.
Okay, good. You talk a lot about feminine nature, and so you would say that's acting feminine, right?
Yeah.
I'm curious to how people talk about me a lot. They say like he's too emotional to be like advocating for masculinity. How much emotion can you show without being called feminine? Because when I do it on stream, I think like, bro, like, what do you want me? You don't want me to show emotion? Isn't that what's entertaining?
That's a great question. Great question. The video that I was just watching before we came on, I was talking, about him being with Sneeko, being with his girl on stream. And they were talking about how they went and whatever they were doing, and his whole chat was like, bro. There was literally a super chat that said, bro, I'm an incel. And I thought you were on our side. Like, what? So you want me not to find love because you can't find love. Being an incel shouldn't mean that you're like, yes, we hate women. That would be like a voluntary. The notion of involuntary means that you want it. And so maybe they're like, I don't know, maybe they're trying to delude themselves into thinking that they don't actually, I don't fucking know. Any film said I only cry when I watch Band of Brothers. I definitely cry way too much at movies and TV. I will say that with no shame. If you anything with like dad and son, I'm gone. And I'm not like but like I'll swell up and you'll see it. Anything that's just like close to home. I watch a lot of fucking movies, so I love good movies. And sometimes they hit home. It said misery loves company. Absolutely. This is I'm assuming that you're talking about this is in reference to the incel dude. And absolutely. This is why we say that the red pill should be a yup. That was Bradley Cooper, I think, right? I don't know. Great movie though. But that's why we say that the red pill should just be a pit stop. Because there are people who are miserable, who can take red pill content and turn it into women made me this upset. And there's nothing I can do about it because it's the women's fault and just spiraling. That's what happens. That's what happens if you don't edit your list of role models, as Posital was saying earlier. You should always be checking, okay, I like what this guy says, but do I still like what this guy says? Okay, I still like what this guy says. Fair. As long as you're checking.
If I'm like here yelling and spazzing and crying and like falling off my chair and stuff like that, that's a show. I don't understand why people consider that. I want to hear your take on acting emotional as a man.
This is I want to hear this as well, because this is actually not that I need somebody else to tell me what is okay for my emotionality, but I'm just curious what the notion is around this in this type of space, especially with a bunch of Gen Z kids who are, they don't actually live real life. They vicariously through older people who are doing real things and then just happen to be talking about it. So let's see.
Oh, that's a really good question. I totally agree. I've thought about this over the last few days as well. You have a business benefit and even a practical purpose benefit to be emotional, because the more emotional you are right now, the more viral your content will get. So it's actually like, in a weird way, it's actually more masculine for you to be emotional right now.
Let's go!
Yeah, because one, you make money, but also you fulfill your purpose and everything compounds. So it's actually more purposeful for you to do that, because this is just the skill of live streaming. Let's say we're not talking about me and you, we're talking about like an average guy. How much emotion should he show? He should first understand that he's going to feel these emotions. Feeling the emotion inside of you is not the problem, and you can't ever run away from that. And Andrew Tate speaks about this. Like, you're supposed to feel this kind of feeling, almost as if it's a thermostat. So, you know, a lot of guys feel depressed and kind of don't really do anything about it. They hold their hands up when I'm depressed, but they don't realize like, your feeling is literally just a thermostat to tell you, okay, whatever you've been doing recently has led you to feel like this. If you don't feel amazing, then you need to change what you're doing. The fact that you, for example, you drastically changed your life up in the last few months. I called you out on things like smoking weed and stuff, and it would have made you feel a little bit like negative. Like if you felt absolutely fine.
It's a choice for a man. I think like women get emotional and then they kind of just like act based on whatever that emotion is. They don't really have control over it. It's harder to control. They can't control it, but they're like, meh, and then they need to get over it. You made me emotional with that video, but it's like I could choose to be sad about it or I can be angry, and this shit made me angry. And I'm like, let me turn up more. Let me prove you wrong. So, but people will not call that feminine, even though that's basically acting an emotion. Angry is an emotion. That's why I don't get I hear that from you a lot. I don't get the comparison. Into my comment section, like, he needs to be more stoic. Like, why are you watching me to watch someone just be this the whole time? Like, why? I don't get it. I still don't understand.
Shout out to anybody who notices.
You're not in a normal circumstance right now. When people watch you, they kind of assume, okay, well, this is how you should be acting 24/7. But it makes sense for you to be more emotional and more loud on camera. And rather, if you're stoic on camera, it's kind of like boring. If like, you know, me and you were beefing right now, and I was just sat here just unemotional about it, it wouldn't sell. It would sell more. You know, we'll get more. It's me and you both shouting and swearing and stuff, because that's gonna get more views. So it's worth.
So you know, they're talking about that, but I want to address this. So Trey says it's the contradicting ideology where they talk so bad about women, but for the most part, they are either sleeping around or in relationships with women. To steelman their position, I don't think it is contradictory to not see women in a favorable light, but also want to fuck them. I don't think those things are mutually exclusive. I think it's very possible to think women are shit. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it is possible to think that and also want to fuck them. I don't think that is contradictory. When you're getting into relationships, then, you know, it's a little, it's like, okay, well, unless you have something like, why is she different? Then, I mean, if you have an answer, then, you know, like that's what we're all looking for, you know, but if you don't have an answer, then yes, that's definitely contradictory. But the ideology itself is, I disagree that it is contradictory.
For us to be more emotional and to show.
What do you guys think?
That and actually feel that here and to really show it and even cry on stream and everything and just be totally like in your emotions here, because that's what people are going to click on. But in the real world,
I'm not going to promise that I'm never going to cry on stream. I can't think of anything that would make me want to stream and also make me want to cry. Except for movies, of course. But you know, thank you, Trey. Well, yeah, if we're doing a watch party, but other than that, I don't know. I do think that like movies are really the only safe. I mean, like unless you're, you know, you have like a death in the family or something like that. Movies and TV, that's really the only safe space for men to cry. Like if you don't cry at Rudy, then you're gay.
You will feel these emotions, but allowing your actions to be dictated by emotions is way more of a feminine trait. This is why I end every single video of mine by saying do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. The majority of guys don't feel like, for example, going to the gym, and then they don't do it. So they have this emotion, this feeling of like, oh.
Yo, Positala, you and I are so similar. Says I need those skills to be more determined and to execute my goals. Like, I don't have excuses. I'm just lazy to perform these skills. Samesies. It's tough. And that's even harder than I mean, I think, than just having no clue what to do. Because if you have no clue what to do, then you can listen to one of these guys and, you know, they're not going to give you perfect information, but you'll definitely improve yourself. When you know, but you're just like, it's tough to like, you know, there's a, you know, psychological term of rationalization. I'm sure you guys have heard of, where it's just like being able to twist the logic of things and rationalize things that aren't rational. Something like never working out. I can rationalize that because I just don't, there's nothing really making me feel like I need to do it. And because I know that that's the case, it's tough to like give me any kind of info or say any kind of thing that's going to be like, oh, I never thought about that before. I really should start working out. And, whatever it is, I feel you, Pascal. I'm right there with you.
Well, I don't want to go to the gym, so they don't go. They don't realize like you can simply just ignore those emotions. So I think that the way to explain it is we're in this like weird modern day where you can be emotional and it's still masculine. I think the way that every man who's listening to this can take this for their advantage is simply just ask yourself, is showing these emotions right now going to be advantageous for me? The modern world and all these like soy boys that you're criticizing will tell you that showing those emotions to your girlfriend, to these people.
So no, cognitive dissonance is a little bit different where, specifically, rationalization is the mental process of making rational that which is not rational. Cognitive dissonance is holding two different ideas that contradict each other. Like, I don't know, pick anything on the political left, and you can see how they're like, trans women are women, but also gender doesn't matter, and it's fluid, and then like, that's cognitive dissonance, where you have two ideas, you believe both, but they're mutually exclusive. You can't believe that gravity doesn't exist, and also that there's some force that pulls. You know what I mean? It's slightly different, but pretty much.
Who will literally view you negatively because of those emotions is a good thing because you're more of a real man, bro. Fuck that. Like, it sounds toxic masculinity or some shit, bro, but you should not be showing weak emotions to people who would use them against you. And the issue is, even as much as a girl loves you, like, she can't help but view you as less masculine, and she can't help but lose respect for you. When you're acting like a little bit of a pussy, when you're showing loads of emotions and you're like not being disciplined and stoic, she can't help but lose respect for you. She wants you as a rock, especially if she's more of a feminine woman. If she's like way more depolarized and she's way more masculine, then maybe she'll respect you in a certain sense and she'll look at you as if you're her little boy. But if you
So I definitely agree with them, and I don't remember where this conversation was happening elsewhere, but masculinity and being alpha or whatever the fuck you want to call it is not about not having emotions. It's about being able to control your emotions, being able to manage your emotions. If you don't have emotions, you're a sociopath. Like, that's what that means. So we all have emotions. It's stupid to act like you don't. Well, unless you're actually a sociopath. But the masculinity aspect, the alpha, whatever, is about knowing that, okay, even though I'm really upset that my friend is fucking this girl that I fell for, even though I only fucked her one time, that I know that he didn't do anything wrong to me. So that's for me to deal with. That type of shit is where where it comes in about being a man about your emotions. Pascal says, sometimes I feel like my brain is against me. My thoughts just don't stop and don't help me at all to execute my goals. Yeah, man. I feel you. I wish I had the answers, but I'm right there with you. I mean, the best thing that I've found is just medication that's slowed down that process. I take anti-anxiety medication and I smoke weed, but and it just slows my brain down, so I can have one stream of consciousness at a time. Like, you think this, you look at how I watch YouTube. This is half the speed. Well, not half, but this is like whatever. I usually watch this shit at 2 times speed normally. And that's because there's so much shit just fucking going all the goddamn time. And I don't know how to, I can't like zero in on anything. Because it's just like, so that type of stuff helps in that way. But, I mean, hey, talk to a doctor. Maybe it'll work for you.
Want the best, in my opinion, the best dynamic of a woman. You want to always act as if the dynamic is you are the father, she is the daughter. The father can cry. Do you imagine the wife dies? The father can cry in front of.
Oh, what did he just say? Did he just say that his girl's like his daughter? Because that's fucking creepy. That's where I draw the line. No, thank you. And he films says, channeling your inner Jordan Peterson. Hey, I do have my own degree in psychology. Thank you very much.
the daughter. He can cry at certain times, but he shouldn't be crying with this underlying
Yeah, but I'm not
assumption
trying
that
to raise a
daughter
bitch.
fixes problems.
You want to raise a bitch?
You want to raise a bitch?
I think that's the correct dynamic. The masculine
Raising
is
her?
the leader.
I think
Is it though?
training her, but not raising her, because then I don't want to be a bitch's daddy.
Why not?
Why not? I knew he was gonna say it. I knew he was gonna fucking say it. Why not? Because I'm not a fucking creep. That's why not.
Because then you got to put up, then like at least see a girl like in a Toys R Us with her dad. I want the toy. She's jumping up and down. You're like, no, blah, blah. I want her to be able to act on her own too. I want an independent woman.
He's like, yeah, I'm into that. Cry, baby. Oh, tell me about your dollhouse. Oh yeah.
I want to be your daddy when it's time to get daddy, but not like, bro, like not in the store, not in the restaurant, not when we're out in public. I'd rather have a. Not. I disagree with that. Chat. WRL on that take. Would you view it like right now? You view a relationship as like a father-daughter thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, chat. I don't have this power yet, but chat. W or L on that take.
Okay, what when she acts like a child? How do you discipline her when she acts like a child?
A spanker.
To be honest, it's not even happened yet, so it's hard for me to say in this relationship that I'm in right now. If it did,
then it's not very much like a father and daughter if you haven't had to discipline her, is it?
Happen. I think it's the same way that you'd respond to a child who's acting really emotional. You understand that they are quite an emotional being, and that we have to almost take a step back from our sort of rational masculine logic and think, well, the answer's right there. Just do the X to fix your problem. Whereas a child and a feminine
the question
woman
though. What is the X? Yeah, dude, you just do the solution. Oh, thanks for clearing that up.
To be emotional at certain times, and they need to essentially, you just need to change their emotions. You don't need to change their mind. Most men confuse this. So a girl's really upset about something.
You need to change their emotions. You don't need to change their mind. Let's hear it out.
You didn't do this. You're supposed to call me at 6 p.m., but you didn't do this. Most guys will try and change her mind through logic because they'll incorrectly assume that she has like a masculine brain. So they'll say to her, like, oh no, but like here's a rational.
I see what you're saying.
Don't they though? Isn't that what we talk about so often? About to channel the late great Kevin Samuels, put your dick up. Exactly. Thank you. L take from Lamza, to use the Sneeko chat fucking terminology. But Anyfilm says, L, I want to be your daddy when it's time to be your daddy. Does that mean no? So no. So you missed that. So Sneeko said said I want to be her daddy when it's time to be her daddy. Meaning in the bedroom, I want to lay it down. But I'm not trying to have that dynamic just like all day, every day. I don't want to have you treat me like your daddy and I have to treat you like a child. The L take is that this is all the time. When it's time to be her daddy is a euphemism for when you're laying it down. I mean, unless you are, I know some people are weird with the whole daddy thing in general. Yeah, so maybe you're just one of those people who are like, I love being called daddy in the bedroom. I fucking love that shit. Maybe that's Napoleon complex. I don't know, but I know for a fact I'm not the only one. Oh, okay. But before that, he said, I hate being called daddy now that I have little girls. But what about before you had kids? Because I don't have any kids. We gotta ask. That's a common thing, though. Like, that's not weird in the sense that, like, what? I never heard of that. She calls you daddy? What? Like, you definitely have heard that. But, like, not all the time. And I think that's what he's about to get into. I think I remember seeing a part of this.
I see what you're saying. It's masculine guidance, but you wording it like that just makes me feel like this is weird. But the chat was like 50-50, but I see the point you're making. But then if you go with that philosophy, then you got to put up with her when she's acting like a kid. And I just don't tolerate that shit.
Exactly.
Well, there's the second dynamic. So there's this kind of two dynamics you can have in a relationship, right? So it can be the father-daughter dynamic, or what you're seeing way more often now, especially in the West, is the mother-son dynamic. Generally,
I think that's a I'm gonna keep that one. I'm gonna keep that one because it's not weird. It's not weird meaning uncommon. It is just not uncommon. If you think that it's uncommon for guys to be to be called daddy in a sexual context, then you gotta get out more, homie. Like Biggie had a whole song about it. I love it when you call me Big Papa. That's a different word, but I think we're just arguing semantics at that point. Explain to me the difference between Big Papa and Daddy in a sexual context. And Pazza says, by the way, how it's not weird for girls saying Daddy, but by the way, how it's not weird. That is not a sentence. But I guess he likes it. Yeah. That's not a, and that's where Hams is about to go. Well, it could be the father daughter or the mother son. Again, I understand where he's coming from. Where there's going to be somebody who is more of a leader. But there's different types of leading and following dynamics that are not parent and offspring relationships. I just think it's weird. I agree with Sneeko. Like when it's a thing, when it's I don't know, a kink, for lack of a better word, that's one thing. But like for you to be seeking out, okay, I'm looking for a girl who I can treat like my daughter, and she looks at me like her father when we're out at the movies, like that's weird. I'm not saying it's not common, but that doesn't mean it's not weird and a little strange and a bit off-putting. And I'm not going to tell her to go do her homework, then give me a blowjob. Well, here's the thing: you don't tell her to go do her homework because she's an adult, just like you are an adult. So then it's just telling her to give you a blowjob, and I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, if you don't want the blowjob, I'll fucking take it.
This is really the dynamic that you'll always use. The father-daughter, where the woman is leading and the woman is submissive, and she's kind of like, she's so totally receptive to his leadership and his guidance that she cares so much about what he says, what he does, that she totally trusts him. Or the opposite of that is that she is the mother role and you are the son. And I'm not looking at your chat right now, but like if the boys want to spam whichever one they'd rather have, would you rather have you as acting more of the father, the leader, the guider, and she's
a bunch of people are like L stream
more of the daughter that you're like almost not so much looking after, because of course she's still an adult, but that's the dynamic.
That's interesting. I think they can. I agree with you.
Yo, indie film is on fire tonight, bro.
Too like nobody. You need to lead a relationship. You definitely do. I saw Andrew Tate gave you a shout out in the last. Did you see that in the last Rumble stream?
Yeah, I saw that.
I was gonna play it after, but he sent me a message from Tristan's phone. I was gonna play it later, but like these usually people get excited about that. Can I play now?
Yeah,
I heard it before, but I'm curious. Like, I think it'd be interesting to play.
Oh, we're getting a whole.
Bro, it's Andrew. You are. It's a polarizing situation. It looks like you're on the side of the resistance.
So I'm gonna slow this down so you can hear what we're. So I think he said this is from. Did you say Andrew or Tristan? I don't know. One of the Tates.
So, this is going to be a pivotal moment in history when we break big tech. You're on the Nebuchadnezzar with us, broadcasting pirate.
Then the what? And then does anybody know what this word means? Nebuchadnezzar? I've never heard that word. I really don't feel like looking it up, but I really want to know. So please, somebody. One of you motherfuckers look it up. I'm running a goddamn show.
Signals into the Matrix. They ain't gonna split us, G. Fuck them. Just go on YouTube. Be careful with that. I think Tristan already told me your plan. Get people onto Rumble. Once your Rumble platform's up, I'll make sure that we help you as we can to blow it up. We already have 500,000 subs on Rumble. We only had 700,000 on YouTube. We're gonna surpass it within 3 weeks. So this goes down in history as the man who stood up against big tech and won. If I'm Morpheus, you can be Neo.
I fought the lion. I won. That was not smooth.
That was a pretty cool shot. I thought I like that. If I'm more Neo, but I don't know about like grown men role playing movie characters. The analogy's good, but it's
Yup. Cringe as fuck. I'm Morpheus, and that makes you Neo. That's gay. Any film says I think that word. Oh no. That's so cringe. LT.
Because at what point, like, I'm James.
But thank you, Anyfilm.
Bond, and you're Batman, and like, you know what I'm saying? I like to bring myself down a little bit. I also don't want people to think, like
that you think that way, and you think that you're a movie character, and you're like one of those fucking Naruto dudes that fucking runs around with your arms behind your back, like you're a fucking whatever they call it, an anime character.
Put up an alpha male image, but yeah, that was cool that you got that shout out too on the stream. I didn't expect him to be that like deep into the internet. I thought that they were like, I'm just on a yacht, I'm just traveling around. But it shows that I think real recognize real. I think Andrew Tate's a real person. I'm wondering what your take on it is. Because at first, when you made that reaction video to me, you were like, what'd you say? Oh, you're just like a streamer now who reacts to Andrew Tate videos. But I'm not really sure like what your take on his message and that stuff is. Because right now, what's going to happen? The feminists who are watching right now, they saw the transition from the father-daughter talk to the Andrew Tate message, and they're going to be like, look at these tater tots, toxic men, blah blah blah. But what's your overall?
The only if you tell me that you call her Robin, I'm blocking you, dude.
Take on Andrew Tate. I haven't seen you talk beside. Yeah, I haven't seen your take on it.
I mean, that would be fucking weird, but
yeah, I stayed mostly silent because I was
never blocked.
I think out of self-preservation, and also even when he was popping off, and there's so much controversy, me and my team, we kind of decided, okay, let's not associate ourselves with him. I kind of let that slide. I just kind of like let that slide and stuff. But when I saw his final message, and I think the thing that really popped this out for me was that issue with my best friend. And, he posted about Andrew Tate and stuff. That really just ignited something into me. And I was like, you know what? Time for me to actually talk about this. I stayed silent about Andrew Tate and even a lot about you as well in this sort of like alpha male red pill space that's been growing online, because I wanted to like differentiate myself from this community. And I've stayed silent for so long, and I just wanted to openly say, like, I've supported these men in my own mind, in my own space, with my close friends from the start. And seeing Andrew Tate blow up, it's like the impact he's had on my best friend Sam, the white guy who said who I was with in Thailand. Seeing the impact he's had on him has been phenomenal. He's helped him turn into a man. He's like ingrained very powerful mindsets into him to become more disciplined, to become more masculine. And I can't help but respect a man who's helped my best.
Shit! Did you see the size of his? That's not even a monitor. That's a fucking TV. Look at this shit.
Man, he's like ingrained very powerful mindsets into him to become more disciplined, to become more masculine.
Look at this shit. Holy fucking shit! This is the size of the whole goddamn. Oh, that's a fucking TV. I mean, I got this thing is 32 inches that we're watching this on, but like, goddamn! I'm trying to get it like a ultra wide. Like, I want to be able to close the laptop. This is my laptop webcam. I want to be able to close the laptop and get a super or an ultra wide that goes from what? Oh, you can't even see me. That goes from like over here all the way. Moving on. I'm a fucking moron. Oh my god.
I can't help but respect a man who's helped my best friend do that.
Yeah,
So
why are you trying to distance yourself?
How do you know that name?
Pill, isn't it very similar to self-improvement?
yeah, because when it was blowing up online, when Fresh and Fit first started in like I think
Save Martha
2021, I was somewhat posting pill content, but then I wanted to like not be one of the stereotypical alpha males that was like blowing up at the time because they were receiving so much backlash, and so I almost like corrected course and went into more of the whole.
Yo, can you? I mean, what's that thing? That's super free. The like button. If you could hit that, I would love you guys so much.
Some self-improvement
Can I get
headspace.
Thank you for stopping by, Positile. Always a pleasure to see you. Hope to see you again. You've been fucking stranger. Don't be a stranger. Come back, baby. Come back. I don't know the words to that song, but baby, come back.
Okay.
Have a good one, Positile.
I get canceled.
That was never a fear of mine, to be honest. It was more so just not like negative comments. I was very, very sensitive towards people would reply to I'd make a video about modern women and promiscuity and everything, and some people would just comment misogynist or some shit, and that would like really painfully hurt me. It would really like scare me because people in my real life were finding it, girls I'd be dating or sleeping with would find it.
Emotional damage.
Misogynist, she said like women shouldn't sleep around. You know what I mean? So there was like a personal sort of backlash from that, and like it was never so much the fear of getting cancelled that I've always somewhat kept that in mind, but it was way more just literally I was just quite sensitive towards any kind of negative comments that came from the space.
Behavior, right?
Yeah, totally.
Wow, I can't believe you agree with that. And so now you don't care anymore. When people are haters or they're going to say shit like that, you just dodge it.
As much as I don't care, there's still a part of me that 100% still cares and still feels it and stuff. I've not gotten to that level where there's so much negativity that you don't even care. If anything, honestly,
I spent literally 2 hours yesterday. One of my Instagram reels blew the fuck up, and somehow, the comment section on Instagram was significantly more volatile than on TikTok. I would assume, like, I just posted TikTok because it's, that's where fucking people are. But I'll also, post my shorts to, I post them all over. And everybody on Instagram was just like, you're an idiot. And, people on TikTok were like having a conversation and like engaging. And I was like, I really thought this would be the other way around. I don't remember what made me say that. So back into it.
The reason why I wanted to live stream, I've seen is like when you're so polarizing on your live streams, you're just so used to getting people who disagree with you.
Oh, he was talking about getting hate. And like, you do not even get it. I just passed 500 subscribers. and the level of hate that comes my way, and I mean, like the hate for using the name Jesus is one thing. Like that, I don't care about. But the people who are like actually attacking my views and like the way I look and shit like that, like, there you go. So you gotta have a little bit of heart. You gotta have a little bit of muscle. You gotta have a little bit of thick skin to do this shit.
I think it really strengthens you as a person. Like you handle conflict so fucking well that like I admire it. It's like someone disagrees with your point and you don't really take it personally. You argue against that point. Whereas like generally for me, I've stayed so safe in this like little bubble of like protected space and everything. That if someone disagrees with me, like it hurts me personally. I'm like, okay, well fuck that. He's clearly got to be a bad guy then. I see you guys who are on live streams debating each other so respectfully and like you're talking about the issue at hand instead of personal issues. And I think being open to this level of
I think it was you. One of you guys who, yeah, I think it was Trey. He was talking about like, I don't know how you, when I got heated at No Freedoms the other day. Like, yeah, we were getting into it, but this is what we do. We're professionals here, and I mean, I'm a professional, and you have to be able to engage with the contents of what you're talking about without letting your emotions into it. This goes exactly right back to what I was saying about not having emotions, just being able to control them.
And criticism with your viewpoints. I think it's really strengthened you.
Yeah, a lot of people are not capable of doing that. A lot of people are surprised that like I have regular debates and conversations. Even he's like, I would say he's my friend now, Destiny. He's a liberal, like took all the shots and everything like that. A big Biden supporter.
Shout out to Destiny.
I'm not sure your take about all that stuff, but we have disagreements about pretty much everything when it comes to who runs the world and our philosophy on life and who's in charge. Stuff
who
like that.
runs the world? Girls.
But we're able to get along because he's the only liberal woke person that could actually have a conversation without getting triggered. The rest of them are just fucking pussies, bro. Like Ethan Decline, Lasanabi, or Hasanabi, if you don't know what I'm talking about, and H3 Productions. They'll react to my stuff, and they're not even capable of reacting to the whole video. They'll react to like 10 seconds where they know they can have talking points about it because I can debunk their points so well, and they don't even want to confront that. A lot of social media now, people get so triggered just by a disagreement that they're surprised that I could even be friends with somebody like Destiny because of like, how do you even, because I voted for Trump, you voted for Biden, and stuff like that. Even you, when we were beefing, I had a feeling like I'd probably be friends with this guy in that.
This is exactly what I said about Henry, the same guy from Darshan's channel, who apparently thinks I was trying to sabotage his channel. Why the fuck I would do that? As if he's not a more successful person in general and a bigger channel. Why the anyway? Even if I was the type of asshole to fuck with somebody's channel, it wouldn't be Darshan's. Like. Anyway, from the moment he was, I got on the panel with him, I was like, look, I think you and I would agree on a lot of things. I think we would be able to have some interesting conversations. Except you've shown yourself to be incapable of doing so simply because you disagree with me and you think that you're right and I must be evil. I must be evil, not just incorrect, not just misinformed. Not just holding a different value, but evil. And to bring it larger, this is typically what you get when you're talking politics. That it's the right that thinks the left is misinformed, and the left that thinks the right is evil. I think they're bad people. And so it's no wonder there's no space for conversation there. It's no wonder leftists feel so they just don't know how to take things in stride because they've just been brainwashed into thinking that anybody who disagrees with this thing, they want bad thing. You want good thing. They don't like good thing, so they want bad thing. Shout out to Seamus Coughlin for that one. Got a couple, yeah. Some of them pop here and there, especially the shorts. Shorts will go crazy, and they're starting to bridge those. And like, if people like your shorts, then they'll start showing long form content, which is huge for a live stream channel. But yeah, I mean, like, people enjoy my shit. It's just getting them here. It's just there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of motherfuckers on this platform. It's pretty much saying the same shit. Don't go find them. They're saying all the same shit I am, but I'm doing it better. I promise you. Just stay here.
Like a lot of like my friends back in school, it's like you could probably relate to this. Some of your close friends, like you got in a big fight, beat each other up, and then eventually like you get mutual respect. All right, like you took a beating, and then you're like, okay, we don't need to like do this alpha male shit anymore. Like, but you cool, fine, fuck it. I had the feeling that would happen, and even like the beef with you helped me. It was in season 1 of my streaming seasons. Like I take breaks. That helped me go forward with a lot of the other drama. And like, bro, every single day there's another person trying to cancel. Every single day. And you kind of said all the talking points from day one. You said all that shit. And now it's like every time, and my chat is like, who've been watching for a while, like, it's really predictable at this point. You know what I'm saying? They got nothing else besides, it's like, okay, say that, okay, smoking weed. I went and did a couple swap at a sex party. And, you know, I didn't like it. That's it. And so at this point, that's why I'm able to stick to my points and not get emotional. And I get better at not doing the personal attacks. But that's why I'm able to stay stoic when it comes to terms of that. Compared to like, I think a lot of people would not be able to handle it. A lot of people in my personal life, like, I don't know how to fucking deal with that. Like, I know that you, I don't know if you're Muslim or not. No.
That's racist. But I get the same shit about, like, I don't know how you deal with this. And this was because, believe it or not, this is not a character. This is how I've had to be navigating life with normal ass people who don't care about anything. And I'm out here like, oh, yeah. And people are like, yo, I'm just like, you're so fucking much. Just stop. It's a whole thing. It's a whole fucking thing. You gotta be a special type of person to be able to deal with me.
But I had this clip go viral with me. I was getting sturdy to the Quran. Made a mistake. I didn't know. And I was like making fun of the Muslim prayer. Like, Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
Fuck the Prophet Muhammad. Come get me, Muslims.
Like, I was reacting to people acting like in haram behavior. They were like LGBTQ people, feminist people. And so in response, I thought it'd be funny to do like the Muslim prayer, like every time that they would. But that was, a lot of people took that like with a lot of disrespect. And that was from season 1. Recently, like, was the TikTok blow up, they clipped it up and then made it look like I hate Islamic people.
I like that idea of having seasons, but I know that if I stopped, I just, you know, I wouldn't start again. Yo, indie film! Stoic versus broic should be a thing. It is now. I ain't stoic, I'm broic.
Bro, they were calling my phone, like sending threats and stuff like that. And it's just like people commend me because I think all the people watching this, 9,000 people watching this, there's no fucking way you would still be pushing after like the shit that every single day, a new hater, a new feminist, a new clout chaser, a new religion I disrespected, a self-improvement YouTuber, like, bro, it's just wow all day long. And it's because I go head on with this.
I'm wondering how much it's relevant that these guys are young and they're not, let's just say under 25. I think there is something about being older than 25, you know, not a specific age, but, you know, being under 25 where the, like, what other people think of you matters. And they've shown that. Stinker was talking about the whole reason he 10x'd his audience is because Hansa said whatever about him. Whereas I'm building this channel because I want to build this channel. Imagine that. There's nobody telling me that I can't. I mean, there are people telling me I can't do it. But there was, you know, they came in after I already decided I wanted to do the channel. So, like, I don't know. I don't really get it. Like, maybe they're broic and I'm the real stoic.
It's entertaining. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, it makes an entertaining stream, but I don't think, like...
That's it. I just thought about it for another half second. Indie film is on fucking point. If you're actively trying to suppress the urge to rage, that's being broic. Because you appear to be stoic, but inside you're boiling up. Being stoic is actually being calm inside and just being who you are. Look at that indie film. You're a trailblazer.
All the people watching, you gotta give me that. At least I can fucking handle it. I think a lot of people go with it. It takes a lot of like meditation and stuff like that too. I know you talk a lot about meditation and like, bro, I had to like the other day I was in the ocean just like doing, I don't know, like, you know those scenes in movies where like the main character has like a fucking...
Who thinks they could run a channel the size of Sneako's channel and not like from the bullshit? Give me a Y or an N. Yes or no? There's 5 of you here. I want to see 5 fucking letters. I don't think that's too much to ask.
Swim moment where they swim away all the pain. I was doing that. I was like thinking about like God, I'm fine. Like just like swimming through the ocean and letting it all like wash off of me. And I think without that, if I wasn't able to ground myself and bro, like the amount of like woo. But it's good though. It makes for an entertaining stream.
What goes on in your personal life? Let's say there's beef going on right now between me and you, or some of these guys you're like arguing with, and they just made a video about you. Oh, you know, Sneako's this and this and this. Boom. You've watched it. In your personal life, you're gonna stream in a couple of hours. You're in the shower. You're making your bed. You're eating something. Are you like literally sat there like arguing with that guy in your mind, or thinking about it?
I'm getting better at it, but sometimes like even like the ones who are clearly clout chasing, it's just like, bro, like, of course. And then I'm like, you don't even need to like put energy on this. You don't even fucking. I watch the video. It's fucking. What the fuck is he talking about? Shut up. You don't know what liar. I'm like, fuck. I don't care. I don't even
see. That's not something that that's something that I dealt with long before I was getting any kind of traction on YouTube. So I do think that has something to do with age. That you just, I mean, you've seen old people. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. And you see high schoolers where everything in their entire life is what other people think about them. Do the math. I'm 32. What do I mean? It is what it is. Jay says, I'd like to think I could handle it. I think you could. I've grilled you pretty hard, and you've taken it well. So I think you could too. I think you could too.
Because I know the more energy I commit to that, that's what they want. They want to get into your head. They want to get into a stream. They want me to talk about them. So the best thing is just be like, okay, I know why you're saying this. I know what you really want. It's fine. Take a deep breath. You all sound exactly the same. Another Sneako's insane video. Another Sneako's losing his mind video. Another one, he's a liar. Another one, he's just copying Andrew Tate. Another, it's just like, okay, Robin,
that's going to be the tough thing for me is that when it scales up, when it's not just somebody saying something, but it's like a group of people who all fucking hate me. I kind of got that on Instagram yesterday, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
slip, fine. But yeah, no, this
exactly. Bob and weave, slip.
Like sometimes, like, bro, the biggest mistake I make, and I know this happens to you too, probably. Like sometimes I'll check social media too early in the morning, or like some of the alternative websites, like sometimes Discord, Reddit. I sometimes search my name on Twitter right now, on Twitter, and just seeing the fucking stuff is just like the cesspool of like, I'm like, whoa, bro, it's like 8 a.m. Why did I digest that early in the morning? Why am I in the trenches of
press the like button, please?
The internet of the lowest level people, just like with
the more people that hit it, the less I have to ask.
Fucking fraud profile pictures, anime profile pictures, the American Psycho. Why am I engaging with these people at 8 a.m. Because immediately, like, this happened this morning. Like, I woke up and my girl like was getting ready for work and stuff like that. She's like sitting on the balcony, like, like maybe a cup of coffee and everything. Like, should be a great morning, should be. But then I go on my phone and then I'm reading like, and then my heart's pounding. And so you need to get better at that. But I like the fact that you said it. It does strengthen you and does give you a sense of mental toughness. Hearing all of that, like the way that bullying makes you stronger when you're a kid, can make you improve because you don't want to get made fun of anymore. Hearing those comments and hearing everybody say the same shit, it's like, okay, what else? What's going to trigger me now? What are you going to say that I haven't heard?
I love that mindset. You're almost seeing this. What 99% of people would be scared of and taking a big distance back from. You're seeing it as an opportunity to grow. But do you not feel like this is deteriorating your mental health at times?
So Indian Film says, I'm saying I would not have the time to commit to it. That was not the question. And don't care about likes, dislikes, bullying, or any of that. But when's the last time you were bullied or you put something out that you actually cared about? Yo, what are you on? You are on one tonight, homie. But like someone disliking you and someone saying something mean to you is one thing. But when you have that, and again, I have not experienced this personally, but when you have thousands of people agreeing that a personal opinion that you've given, that you hold dear, and they think it's stupid, again, it comes back to this idea that you're not supposed to not have, that should bother you to some extent, but you should be able to overcome that and realize the reality of the situation is, as Sneeko was just kind of saying. And you definitely do not have to talk fast to be a YouTuber. For sure. That is how I started speeding shit up. Because people would be live. Like I am right now. And then they'll talk like this. And it almost, at this point, makes me think that they're drunk. When I listen to, like, I mean, I bet you even if we slowed this down, it would sound weird to you guys because you've gotten used to it. But yeah, you definitely don't need to talk fast to be a YouTuber. Do whatever. As they should. Shame. Bing, 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 bing. Shame.
Well, it's the same thing in the gym. Like what deteriorates your muscles, what destroys your muscles, and it's making you stronger. So like the more stuff that I get over, and that other people like don't get over, I'm getting stronger. I'm getting mentally stronger. So it can't eat away your mental health, and I'll be like,
isn't that Katy Perry?
But then you get better. You get better. So I think it's the same thing as the gym. Like you need to tear down your muscles to make them stronger. Same thing with the insults. I think it makes you funnier too. Like
been to the gym like 4 times in my life.
The more I don't care about the stuff people say, the more you don't fuck, the more entertaining you can be.
Facts. There's a takeaway. The more you don't give a fuck, the more entertaining you can be. Yeah. Because I could just do dumb shit and be like, hey, I'm going to make a joke. And you guys are probably going to think it's stupid, but I don't give a fuck. So whatever. And one of these motherfuckers, somebody 15 is going to be like, oh my God, IndianJesus, he's so fucking funny. Trey said, my temper would be a problem when people start bringing my family or kids into a personal problem we have. I don't know. I don't think that's true. 4 days ago, I was asking you how you feel about putting your kids in this, in what, we don't need to, but you know what I mean? And you handled yourself like a fucking pro. So give yourself some credit. Because, yeah, if somebody's going to attack you and somebody's going to be on some bullshit, then you have the right to be angry. But thankfully, you understood that I was coming from a place of genuine curiosity and care. You didn't get angry. If you did, you hit it well. I hope you didn't get angry. I hope if you did get angry that you'll hit me up and talk about it. But you handled yourself very well. This gets back to what we were talking about with bullying. And, dealing with that shit makes you stronger, just like working out. Super facts!
That's something I really want to learn. I'm still stuck in the initial stage, which is like the majority of negative comment or criticism is like very significant for me because I've tried to stay in my own safe space. I've not been reacting to them, and if I see one, I don't give it any attention. And so now if I'm on live and someone's saying something which is not totally like idiotic, but somewhat true enough that it hurts more than just a big blanket insult, that still impacts me quite negatively. That still makes me overthink about myself.
Yeah, did you get an L spam on your stream yet?
No, not yet.
Well, that first one's gonna hurt. You're not gonna know how to handle it. I had one. I was reacting to like stupid Gen Z people answering questions in Times Square, people interviewing bots, and it was like, how many presidents are there? Or no, who was the 69th president? I'm like, I don't know. Who's the 69th president?
Loser!
Like 48 presidents. And so the whole chat, bot, L, fuck! Like, how do I get out of this? And so the way to get out of that is to embrace it. You got to embrace the L. I'm an idiot. So I went down to the floor. I did 69 push-ups because I got it with 69. And I'm yelling, fuck you, chat. And like right now, they're giving me an right now. Even in some of the debate streams, like when I've lost some of the debates, like that guy, some of them are professional debaters. Like I'm not as good at it. When they spam L, it's just like, how do I, like, they're calling me stupid, stuff like that. You got to find the pocket. You can't get triggered off of it. You just need to own it. You need to accept it. And it doesn't.
I like the bob and weave analogy. It's going to come. It doesn't matter who the fuck you are. It doesn't matter. There always are haters because there are people who will hate the fact that you are better at life than they are. And trust me, people suck at life in every aspect. And when you do better than them, they get mad.
Thank you. I think it makes you more self-aware too. Being a streamer will make you some of the most self-aware you could possibly be. But right now, I just encourage my whole chat spamming out.
You said this, I think, in your response to me that I forgot what it was. Like you responded to something I said where like, oh, I'm not used to being on live or whatever, and I messed up. And you said, oh, well, that's because you haven't really trained this, and this is like the next level. You have really like so much respect for the guys who are hopping on live stream. And that's honestly when you first implanted the thought of like, oh shit, like maybe I should actually consider this because this is you're fortifying your mind and your emotions at such a great level. Like, people don't even realize it right now. They just see you on camera, you just speaking. They don't realize like you're dealing with this huge number of people who are very critical, who are very like they've got fucked up attention spans. It's almost like chat is not just. This is something I found interesting.
Listen to what he says. Even with like fucking 6 to 10 of you in here at a time, I still can feel this way.
And before you might relate to this chat of like a live stream chat, Twitch chat, it almost doesn't feel like a group of people. It's almost like just an entity by itself, which is incredibly autistic and has like a very low attention span. And it's suddenly like it's spamming something emotionally, and then there's like the random side thought that's when random guys just like spam 4 messages of the same thing, and it's just you're almost dealing with this weird, obsessive, low attention span entity who's observing everything you do, and you've got to make him happy every 2 seconds. Otherwise, you start getting L's. Boring.
Skip. Yeah, it's
for me.
It's a good mental challenge, and I'm getting better at it. And I think it's the future. And I think even TV shows are starting to to panic. Like the fact that Speed, for example, can just be fucking playing Just Dance, like shaking his belly and stuff like that, and get 100,000 viewers. It's like, bro, this dude's competing with Nickelodeon. And also, this is the only way for us. If you master the skill, it's the only way you can compete with people shoving 100,000 Orbeez in.
Is Nickelodeon still a thing? Where am I? Is Nickelodeon still a thing? Like, I haven't had cable in probably 10 plus years. And I was a Nickelodeon kid. Because we did not have not Comedy Central. We did not have Cartoon Network. So I was a Nickelodeon kid. I'm trying to think of the last thing that I can associate, like the latest thing that I can associate with Nickelodeon. I don't know. And even says dirt makes your immune system stronger. Exposure to cats, dogs, peanuts keeps you from having allergies. On that note, I will take. I have. This is completely anecdotal. I have zero scientific evidence, but I will back to the end of the earth that cannabis kills Rona. I do not know one fucking pothead. I know a lot of potheads. I don't know one pothead who got Rona. And most of them that I know were not jabbed. I know way more people who were double jabbed and got Rona twice than I do know people who didn't get jabbed and got Rona once. Just saying. Yeah. Nickelodeon. Some of these motherfuckers might be too young for that shit. They don't even know. If she don't know Nickelodeon, she too young for you, bro.
Asshole and donating 17 islands to retarded, whatever kid. That's the only way to compete is if you can, pump out 10 videos doing a live stream. But
that's where I'm feeling. I'm doing good with the shorts, but they say when you're streaming to be thinking about clips. But because I like to do the deep dives, it's not as easy to, it would be so easy to just do a stream where like, okay, I'm going to watch 12 videos and react to 12 different videos and then just clip those up as individual videos. That would be so easy. But because I care about y'all, I care about you guys, I don't take the easy route. I take the smart route. Where we're enriching our minds and taking just the regular bullshit. What is this? This is nothing. This is two motherfuckers, two kids just talking. That does not mean that we can't learn anything from it. And we sure as shit gonna have a good ass time while we're doing it. Trey says, smoking weed right now and it only caught it once? What? I want to smoke what you're smoking, bro, because that didn't make no fucking sense.
You also, it stuck in my head a lot, you saying your main channel is literally dying. And since then,
are you talking about Nickelodeon? You only caught Nickelodeon one? I'm still trying to figure out what this means.
Like I've taken, it hasn't died, like since the blow up with TikTok and everything too, it's grown, but I haven't taken a backseat with that. I'm wondering when you started watching my main channel.
A while ago.
Wow. All right. So those of you who know, you're probably not going to do this because you're all gay, but for those of you who knew of Sneeko before this channel, or at least before he started doing live streaming, and he was just doing like the video essays and the 1 minute podcast. When did you first, or just in general, when did you first hear of Sneeko? Was it me, or was it sometime before? Hey, we got no oh shit. Hey, we got no freedoms in the building. What is up? So it's going to be a cold winter. I'm going to continue to wait. What? Welcome, bro. I have no idea what that means. And he goes, that could be a true Rona attack. That could be true. Rona attacks the lungs. The weed could have an effect on that. France has a study early on about smokers who seem to be doing better against the virus of unspecified origin. And I also, in general, I think it is good for your immune system to be sharing blunts with people. You could call it sick. I wouldn't call it sick. I just felt kind of meh for like 2 days in November 2019. And then I was sick with a cold in 8th grade. That's it. Granted, I didn't start smoking until senior year of high school, but I mean, I was in fucking basement parties, basement shows when I was in high school, basement parties in college. I was fucking sharing drugs with people. Insufflation, not intravenously. But I don't really know how much better that is. Like, now I will not share, even if it's a dollar bill. Like, even if I'm doing whatever, and we're like, I'll use it, even if I have to use a dollar bill. I'm not sharing that dollar bill with you. I will give you $1, not to have to put what is inside your nose in my nose. I'm such a fucking, or I was such a degenerate that I took a pen, like this is kind of got a little grip to it, but just like a, regular big pen. I'd cut off like that much. And I took the silicone earbud things. I took it off of there and I put it on the end. And so I had comfort snooting, as we called it. Is this relevant to what you said in the film? I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm just going off on a whole other thing. So indie film found Sneeko for me. And as I imagine, nobody else answered my question. Thank you very much. Trey said, definitely high as fuck, but only caught Rona once. There you go. I mean, even the people who did so if you mind, are you jabbed or not jabbed? Charles says, Adam Preach reviewed the video when the girl kept interrupting him. Oh, that's when you. Okay. Excuse me. Man up, use a $5 bill. Yo, I usually use a 20 because they're crisper. Like the lower the denomination, the more it's been used, and it gets flimsy. And once the dollar bill gets that fraying, for lack of a better term, more Coke gets, or whatever, gets stuck in the pores. The pores of the bill. So the more crisp the bill, the better, the more you're gonna get in your nose. So hey, if you got hundreds, we Gucci.
It was probably when you turned 20. You made that video 20 years old, 21 years old.
Wow.
Probably around that time, yeah. At least a couple of
Who's never done coke here?
years, yeah.
Do you have any advice for my main channel? What do you think I should do going forward? Because I'm really
smart, Trey.
Really like in this zone right now with the stream, but I don't want that to die off, and that's really my bread and butter. I don't want to forget that.
I actually thought about this, man. I think you'd be experiencing like a major sunk cost fallacy right now. Like you said, it's your bread and butter. You've really leveled that up. It's so good, you don't want to let it go. But streaming is where like you have been made and also sculpted yourself to be a streamer. You're fantastic on streaming. You made fantastic videos too. But like, if I could,
all right, guys, we've got about less than 10 minutes left of this video. I'm gonna drop the link. I love talking to you guys. I absolutely love talking to you guys. But I really need to get to sleep. So we're not going to go all night. We're not going to go all night. I think. We might. I don't fucking know. I've lost all control of this shit.
To give you advice from the outside looking in, it's like you found the real thing that you should focus on. And the ROI of those videos seems very, very low compared to the ROI of sitting down and getting into a flow state, like typing up and everything that you do on live stream. It's like you're growing faster, you're probably making more money from your stream than you are from your main channel. Your main channel video, I assume, take weeks per one compared to a live stream.
20 years old took a month to make, bro. That first video took a month and has maybe 1 million views, something like that. Something like, it's not comparable. Like, but that's if you're only looking at the money and the clout, which is not why I got into this in the first place. I was like trying to be like a deep artist for a long time. You can't forget about that. But it is kind of like eye-opening. And I think I tapped into streaming when I made this video, how to view women, and then Lasanabi reacted to it. And he had 40,000 live viewers. He was calling me incel. This guy's like, dude, literally an incel. And I'm like, what? This is to get more money just complaining about my video that I took a month to make. And it's hard to. But you ultimately want to get to the point where you could just be a successful artist and you could just do whatever you want. Do you consider yourself an artist, or do you consider yourself a guru or a mentor?
It's a leader.
I'm a leader. Are you there?
What about you?
I got into this for
comedy,
for art. That's why I don't want people to call me an alpha male, and I want to be able to be a role model for people. But no, I don't want to ever be like I'm an example for. I want to talk shit, man. That's more important to me. I think we're two sides of a similar coin.
I mean, either way, with a face of big channels, big audiences, and especially with the new moves you've taken, you've become so much more purposeful. That we are both essentially role models and leaders of some sort. And I've just found there was a long time before I felt comfortable. And it sounds kind of cringe. Oh, I'm a leader. I'm a cult leader. It sounds so cringe. It sounds forced. But if you've experienced some of the experiences I've had where guys are walking up to you with tears in their eyes saying,
"Oh, your leaders look crazy, bro." You definitely.
How have you never? I mean, definitely like Coke is a waste of time and money. I just like this is. I've not found a better way to say this, but I really enjoy snorting drugs. That's the only reason I do Coke. I was a pillhead. So you crush up a 30 milligram Roxy. It's fucking, I don't have anything that small. It would, okay, so a 30 milligram a pill would fit through that hole. This is a regular soda pop tab. I don't know why I said soda pop. I don't say soda pop. I meant a pop tab for a soda, but like you know what I mean. So the pill would be able to fit through there. So you crush that up. It's two lines and you're done. And I mean, hey, you're fine. But the ritual, it becomes its own thing. If you are one of those people who just loves rolling a blunt, then you know. The addiction extends to the ritual. And so, yeah, I when I was on probation and I couldn't smoke, I was drinking a lot more. I was working in a restaurant. So naturally, I was doing a bunch of Coke and I hated it. I hate Coke. It is the worst thing. But I love it. I don't know why. It's so bad. Stop. Why do I like that? So don't do that. But alcohol is fun, bro. Alcohol is fun. But hey, do what works for you. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just saying I personally think alcohol is fun. That surprises me. Is there any particular reason? I'm always curious when people have never done just alcohol and weed, because those are the like if you never done coke, most people. Well, I don't know about most people. It's not uncommon for people who have never done coke. But it is, I think, uncommon for people to have never smoked weed or to do had alcohol. And I'm just curious. Exactly, Trey. You know what I mean. So the chopping process, like, oh my God, like the moment when you're like waiting either to go pick it up or to be dropped off. And then they're here, and then they give you a little baggie, and you're like, oh fuck yes, let's fucking do this. It's half as much as fun as being high. And you know how much fun being high is? It's half that much fun. Indie Film says, come on, man, I get high on life. I mean, there's nothing better when you've got a hooker in a cheap motel and your hands are around her neck, says Indie Film, and you can see that light. Oh my God.
You can see the inspiration
Savage
on people.
Yeah, that's why, like, I just, it was almost a level of arrogance. I was like, you know what, like, bro, I am a leader. I am a leader. I've saved lives. I've made.
Are you though?
Tens, hundreds of guys would have done something if not for me, and thousands have significantly improved their lives because of me, because I've led the way, because I did this by myself. Like I said, no other YouTuber really helped me. There was no coach, no program, no nothing. I did every single step by myself, just figuring it all out. And then I just come onto camera and just fully just spill my every detail out. I literally, like you said, this actually is a criticism you said of me. You said, oh, he kind of like hides. He doesn't really speak about the truth about the life. Something.
No, I realize you have. Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, that was like. That actually didn't hurt at all, because I was like, no, like he's objectively wrong, because I actually think one of the very few YouTubers who's been 100% honest and authentic on my channel, that like I've spoke about the deeper, darkest secrets that I've ever had, so that someone watching can actually relate to me and walk.
I'm the only one who's ever been honest on my YouTube channel. Like everybody else is just like a liar, and like I'm the only one. Stop the cap.
My story with me so that they can actually come out the other side, just like I did. I told people just every detail, every gory detail, every traumatic, abusive detail, every like detail about my old habits and how I would do them. I'd walked people through very relatable stories, and that's why I think I am a leader.
Do you think you're an arrogant person?
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah, me too. Probably. I think you need to have a level of self-involvement past most people in order to put your face on the camera every single day.
Yeah, and if it wasn't socially viewed as a negative trait, if, for example, we just didn't know people's perception of arrogance, if it was positive and negative, we'd just be like, yeah, of course I am. Of course I am. Yeah. When you think about what arrogance is, it's like, yeah, like a high level of self-assurance. But that sounds good to me. It's just that high level of self-assurance.
All right, I'm bored. Trey's in the building. What's good, brother?
Hi, my guy. What's up with it? IndianJesus.
Yes,
You know I
sir.
call you that name.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Whatever you got to do. So what did you think of this? You know, we talk a lot about, specific creators, and we talk a lot about, who's good, who's bad. And, aside from like the political stuff that we talk about. But the reason I wanted to show this was more about what we can take from them. You know, they are more successful than I am. Their chat is more established than my chat. What are you thinking?
I actually like Sneeko. I think Sneeko is a very open person. And I think he's too open to the point where he's mixed too many ideologies together. And he's kind of raging in the midst of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, hold on. I'm looking for hold on. Give me 1 second. It's so funny if I can find it. Hold on.
Like, to be real, the video of like him talking about, like, he says he's joking, but like the video of him talking about like watching the girl get smashed out when they switched couples. Part of me thinks like the saying, all good jokes contain true facts.
Yes.
Part of me thinks like it kind of did break him. Like, I think
so
like
what,
it.
So sorry,
Yes.
I don't want to interrupt you, but what you were saying is a precise. Oh, is this not it? Whatever. This is what I was thinking of.
Oh no, just no. Bullshit. No drinks for me, thanks. Bullshit.
Yep.
That's what that made me think of.
Yeah.
We're gonna any film, let me know when you're if and when you're ready. Looks like you're getting your shit settled, but I'm gonna bring you both up. But yeah, sorry, what were you saying?
But no, I like Sneeko though, because out of everybody, Sneeko is at least willing to go like talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Whether he's right, whether he's wrong, whether he comes off as a little dickhead, whatever. At least he's willing to go talk to you. So from that alone, he has my respect, and I'm willing to at least watch him. I've seen the progression, I've seen the regression, I've seen the character. Like, I think we're in character Sneeko / I'm actually maturing Sneeko.
Yeah, and there's definitely a notion of, needing to put your quote unquote best meaning in the context of what's going to be most successful, your best foot forward. And I think we absolutely saw that. It's made me kind of feel like, oh, okay, I can feel comfortable, like really letting it out. And being my true self, my best self. And especially because he's reeled it in. And he got a lot of attention from what he was doing, but he, from that attention, he was able to carve out any film. Help me out. What did he carve out?
Dude,
he carved out something.
You're so high right now, man.
I am not high at all. I'm a little
I'm
drunk.
high as a kite.
Not really. I mean, buzzed. 2.5.
2.5 drinks and you're buzzed?
Yeah, man. I fucking weigh 100 pounds.
And that's why I don't drink.
Pizza, man. You gotta eat
I'm
pizza.
still running the goddamn show, aren't I?
Yeah.
How are you doing tonight, brother? You are on
Good.
fire in the chat.
What? Yeah, drinking margaritas tonight instead of bourbon, so maybe that's making me a little
I like it. Cheers, brother.
Yeah, a little
Cheers.
bit more I don't know. What am I thinking? What do I want to
Feisty.
say? Oh yeah, feisty. That's it.
Feisty. Yeah.
A little bit
when I
more
drink-
caliente.
Yeah, when I drink, I'm more of a. I don't really like bourbon, but I'm a Scott. Well, not anymore, but I used to be a Scotch man, and I get loud when I drink Scotch. I get loud. I'll just like I would be able to keep the microphone like here. Like, that's what happens when I drink Scotch.
There's a
So
guy
I don't really
who-
drink Scotch that often, but glad you're enjoying your bourbon.
Hey, not at margaritas, man. Get your shit together.
You said tonight you're drinking margaritas and usually
Yeah,
you drink
yeah.
bourbon?
It's Friday,
Yes,
baby. It's
yeah.
margarita.
Oh
Margarita
shit!
night.
All right, so you getting silly up in here. So I usually wait. I'm waiting for them to pay me, but truly,
Truly.
I'll say this.
I'm rocking your shit every other day.
I'll say this.
Fucking, sponsor
As
me.
the designated driver,
what?
You guys are annoying. You guys are so annoying.
Aren't you high?
All right, let's reel it in. So, Anyfilm, what did you take from this? What did you take from this?
Okay, so I don't know these guys except for when you've had them up, or at least when you've had Sneeko up. And I can say one thing, and this covers who's the guy that just got banned or whatever.
Andrew Tate?
Yeah, Andrew Tate.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for me to take any of these guys serious when they're doing their shows without their shirts on. I mean, I don't know what the point of that is, or what I'm supposed to think.
Hamza's in a robe.
Yeah.
Does that make it any better?
Well, no. I mean, I during that part, I was like hoping a cop would come up and knock on the window and go, "Sir, you've been sitting in your car for 2 hours here. Are you okay?"
Yep.
I mean, why isn't he in his house? He's probably got $1 million house, right, with a studio. What's he doing sitting in a car?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I really don't. I don't
And
know.
with Sneeko, I was just hoping, his free loving girlfriend would show up more in the background.
We can definitely. I mean, if we don't hey, if you guys want to hang out and we can watch.
I was just confused about the whole thing. A lot of the stuff these guys say is contradictory. It seems like a lot of times they're going one direction and then they pivot and they kind of start going in another direction. Especially when they were talking with each other. It's just like I don't know. I guess it's
so. What did you find was contradictory, hypocritical?
Well, I mean, just some of the the shit they were saying to each other and about each other, and now they're cool with each other and they're agreeing on a bunch of stuff. But it's like, oh, I don't know, nice glasses there. So, did he get an upgrade on the house?
Yes, he did.
Okay,
It's funny that you
apartment?
you noticed that just from my streams, because I was like, that looked different. But yeah, he said through fucking Hamza was like, "Did you upgrade?" And he's like, "Yeah. Me and my girl just moved into this place."
I mean, the videos that who was the guy that was critiquing Hamza? David White
in the beginning.
Yeah.
Michael Draft, I think,
something like that.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
He, I'm pretty sure Hamza did say, shit, I don't remember what it was. I posted Michael Drift. Oh, that he was it was network marketing, what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Drift said that. I think Hamza said that. And network marketing is a pyramid scam, and what he was saying is just like, I'm a call leader and this is network marketing. Come on board. And it's like, everybody's like, okay, sounds good to me.
And that's what I was saying about, there absolutely is an abundance of young men who have no direction. And especially in the last, let's call it 5 years. It's definitely been more, but let's just say 5 years. Specifically young white men, which happen to be the majority race in this country. Just saying, they've white men have been demonized, and I don't get how people on the left are so about mental health and all of that shit. Unless you're a white man, it just doesn't make sense to me. And I think you're right. It doesn't always make a lot of sense, but it definitely makes sense in the context of these sad, lonely young men, which is not always a good thing. You know, like part of what I want to do in this, this phase of my channel, when I'm kind of globbing onto other creators, and eventually when I have enough people who will show up when I'm just like, hey, I'm just gonna put ideally I want to have just one thumbnail, because I want all of the streams to essentially not be the same but have the same tone, and it's like, oh, this is another Indian Jesus stream. Like I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but just like going to any party when you were in college, like you don't know exactly what's going to happen at the party, but you'll get the construct of what a party is. And so I want to bring that here. And I'm not at that place yet where I have that much clout where, no offense to you guys, I know that no matter what, you guys would show up. And I really, definitely, absolutely, really appreciate that. But unfortunately, you can't make a living on pleasing two people. That's what she said. But I'm in that.
Tell that to Kamala Harris.
That was a better joke than mine. But I would like to get to the place where I have enough of you that are like YouTube, where it doesn't matter whatever I'm going to talk about. You guys trust. I mean, unless I'm speaking out of turn, feel free to correct me. You guys trust that I'm going to bring something that's at least somewhat entertaining and hopefully somewhat intelligible and educational in some realm. It doesn't have to be, a fucking PBS special, but I want you guys to take something away from this stuff. But number one, I just want you to be entertained. And so when I'm at the place where I can do that, I think we can have a lot more fun. I'm just not there yet. And it's interesting how some of these young guys who are, again, not even 25 can garner these audiences that will just follow them no matter what.
I think that's a result of the whole toxic masculinity movement that didn't affect me because it hadn't happened yet. Probably didn't affect you because it hadn't happened yet. But when these guys were 10, 12, 13, they're getting batted over the head about don't be manly. That's a bad thing. And their body and their hormones are like, be fucking manly. Let's go out and, climb trees and do crazy shit. And it's all repressed. And now they get to 18 and it's exploding and they don't know what to do. They're all confused. And then they got these men with their shirts off and their sunglasses and they're looking so tight. They look like gladiators. And they're just, this is the guy I'm going to follow. It's Spartacus.
Yeah, that's why I was like, when I first showed the first video was just from Sneeko, kind of recapping the whole beef thing up until this conversation, and that's why I was like, fuck, we really need to watch the Michael Drift video because it highlights so perfectly the path that I think a lot of these young guys take with. Pick the content creator. Anybody. They all have these diehard followers, and it's dangerous. It's not good.
I think I can speak from like a person who found Red Pill late. Like I found Red Pill like 25, 26. Didn't even know.
Well, I found it at 30, but go ahead.
But even then, but all right. So even you find it at 30. You realize that you had lived enough life where it's like, okay, you're preaching to them like a idealistic lifestyle. You're not teaching them a real life lifestyle. Like you teach them what you want to be. But I listened to all of them. Like I was watching them. I was mainly trying to save money. That's how I ran into it again. Trying to actually learn how to save my money. I was making decent money, but I was still living check to check. But when you look at like what they would teach, it was like, you control this, anything that happens wrong, it's your fault. And yes, that's true, but there's a 5% of other people's shit that will cause your life to go wrong. Like, just my child's mom, she got laid off from work. Luckily, she bounced back the next week because she has a great resume. But she been at that job 4 years straight. Actually moved up to head nurse, where like they had to reach out to her. Like she ran the nurses. Just called her in one day and was like, "Hey, we gonna let you go." Like, hey, we
That's
like
crazy.
you, but and so like she looked I was the first person she called. Hey, I don't know how long I'm gonna be without a job. I'm gonna need you to step up. It's like, yeah, of course, I got your back. But it's just like the fact that her shit went wrong instantly fell into my lap. And I don't think that we teach young men that. Like, well, when I say fell into my lap, because of our child. Not like her personal life, but like, because we have a child together. When anything now with my child, I told her, hey, don't worry about it. When whatever she needs, anything, just whatever money you have saved, keep that. When it comes to her, I got it. Like, don't even worry about it right now. And so I don't think we teach like young men that your plan could be going good, your plan could be going perfect, straight, and then left field can happen or whatever wrong
will happen.
Yes,
Always.
will, not even could, will happen. And I don't think like we teach young men it's you did something wrong. And when that teaches them, they're not going to be prepared for the shit happens. Like, think about it. When we were talking about it last time with my decisions on Monday, and I was like, well, shit happens, and what no freedom job. No, it was decisions you made. It's decisions you chose. And it was like, yeah, but shit happened. And so,
yeah, and that was the
freedom. There he goes.
Yep. Yeah. But that was the nuance that that we were that I'm very appreciative that you were able to pick up on. That yes, it is like if it's not your fault, whose fault is it? But that doesn't mean that it's like your fault in the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
shit happens.
Like, it falls. Yeah, shit happens, and it falls. Somebody's got to take responsibility. That doesn't mean that you did something so wrong and horrible. And like I said, the only reason that I don't have children in a broken home right now is luck. Or maybe I mean, maybe I can't have children. Who knows? But I've definitely, you know what I mean?
I think Trey, you're hitting on something, and that something is something we've talked about. Well, I talk about, and I don't know if you guys are even listening or if I'm in the basement by myself, but about so
pretty creepy.
We're taking away. We take away bullying. We take away obstacles. We take away first place, and everybody gets a medal. And the biggest thing we take away, and I think this is the Marines say this: adapt and overcome. Mm-hmm. We don't teach boys or girls, but especially boys, that you need to adapt and overcome to the situation and how to do that. We've just paved this nice little smooth path where they don't have to adapt to everything. Everything adapts to them. Everything's good. Everything's good. You don't have to. Mommy's going to take care of everything. Dad's going to. Nobody's going to yell at you. Nobody's going to be mean to you. You're going to get a trophy. It doesn't matter. You don't have to do anything. And then they're 18, 20. They're on their own. And they got some adversity in their life and they don't know what the fuck to do because they haven't had adversity in their life for 20 years. That's the disservice.
You want to hear a funny story?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
I'm not allowed back at my son's soccer banquet because I threw his trophy away in front of the kids.
Yes, can't do that.
Because his team, I'm guessing they didn't
win a game. No. They didn't win a game. They only scored like 3 goals the whole season. And you wanted to have a banquet and give them trophies. I was like, yo, what are we doing? I can understand a pizza party because, hey, fuck it. You played full season. Nobody got hurt. But to give them trophies as if they did, you only scored 3 goals out of like 12 games. Like, what do we? And so when he got his trophy, he walked over to me and like he was just holding it. And I was like, yo, you can throw it away. And he looked at me and I just took it and threw it away. And they texted his mom and was like, hey, his dad's not allowed next time. I was like, all right, cool.
You're doing him a favor. If you say, hey, listen, this was not earned.
Yo,
this is just giving you for no reason. You have to earn things in life.
If I ever get comfortable enough, I'll let my son tell y'all we score on each other. Like I just randomly call him ugly. and he'll just start going back. Like I strive to make my son able to survive in this world. I need you to understand somebody's gonna call you fat, son. If you're fat, they're gonna call you fat. So I just randomly make fun of him just to see what he's gonna do. And 9 times out of 10, he's gonna scroll back. I randomly just tap him in the chest. Hey, what you go do? He stiffened up. He done stiffed up that jab low key. I kind of stopped doing it because he punched me in the stomach one time.
Good for him.
He caught me in the stomach one time, and I was like, all right, you got that. We go do something else. But I whooped my son ass in checkers. Like I let him win sometimes. No, I let him win sometimes. Like I'm gonna let you win because I need you to taste winning as well. But then I need you to lose too. Like I need you to taste defeat. I was a sore loser. I was a sore loser. Like Madden, outside, anything we play, if I lose, I'm not taking it well. I'm gonna want to fight. So I want to break my son from that early because that was something that hindered me the most.
I was one of those dudes who took like I was athletic for like my build, but like I played sports up until high school because I just wasn't big enough. Like I was a lacrosse player and I was good at defense. But I'm 5'4", 110 pounds. Like you cannot play defense in lacrosse. Yeah,
that's smashing.
But so let's see. What does No Freedom say here? He's been saying a bunch of stuff, and I think this is a little bit more poignant. So he says, "So anything we do is our fault. There can be tons of variables, but at the end of the day, we are responsible for our actions." I don't know why you kicked a puppy, but I agree with that.
That's a very
awesome. I mean, do you agree with kicking puppies?
I agree with anything we do is our
No, we're not responsible
fault.
for our act. We're not responsible for the actions. We're responsible for our reactions.
Ooh, nice. I like
He
that.
says anything we do is our fault. Not anything. I mean, I was hit. I was driving my car. I got hit. It wasn't my fault.
You didn't do that.
Yeah,
That's not
it
something
wasn't
that
my
you
fault.
did.
I'm not responsible for that. You know, my reaction was to try to get out of the way. I still got hit, but that
right.
know,
But then that's their fault because they
Yeah.
did something.
Yeah.
You didn't do something wrong.
Well,
So-
I mean, I was driving my car. I just had brand new tires put on it. I shouldn't have had that done. God knows you get work done on your car, it's going to get hit. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, right.
You wash your car, it's going to rain.
That's I'd never the car that I have now, it's a 2015. I think I got it in 2017. Never washed it once.
Yeah, and it probably never rains there. You're probably in a drought. It's your fault. You need to wash your car. You're killing the crops, man. Doing Indian rain dance out there. What the fuck?
Wrong Indian. I'm a
Oh, my
dot
bad.
Indian, not a
My bad.
wrong Indian. So No Freedom says, so if I shoot, says No Freedoms, someone, my action is not my fault. Okay. So that is there. But what does this mean? What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know. I don't know if you're trying. No Freedoms. I don't know if you're trying to have the conversation or if you're just telling me, because
someone, my action is not my fault. No, I would assume it's your fault. Yeah, but that could be a reaction. If somebody breaks into your house and you shoot them in defense, I mean, it's not your fault. It's their fault for breaking into your house. It was your reaction to their action.
Well, that's why I was saying. That's why I was faltering over the word fault. There's a difference between fault and blame and responsibility and accountability. Those are 4 different words with 4 slightly different meanings that all have a similar meaning, but very different. If you shoot someone, are you accountable for that? Absolutely. No matter the context. You know, Kyle Rittenhouse was responsible for the death of whatever that pedo's name was, and
hold on. If you're Alec Baldwin,
Gage Scroots,
yeah.
And
if you're Alec Baldwin, though, it's all good. It's not your fault.
Oh,
well, it was an accident.
Did you?
That's called
Trey,
manslaughter.
Wait. Trey, did you just say it was an accident?
It was a joke. It was a joke. Please, I know the truth. It was a joke.
No, because there's a lot of people who are on that line of thought, and it's a legitimate question as to how do you come to that conclusion? And I'm not coming to the conclusion that he purposely murdered somebody, but there's a lot of gray area in between wasn't his fault and purposely murdered somebody.
1000% fact.
Where do you guys fall on that? What do you think? I mean,
absolutely, he's responsible.
He's definitely responsible.
Yeah, it could be called manslaughter, but he's responsible.
Wouldn't it be like negligent manslaughter or something like that?
I don't
think
even know.
Manslaughter is negligent murder. Like you're
I think
driving your car and somebody crosses the street and you hit them.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
You know, you didn't intend to kill them, but you still killed them, and you're still responsible. He maybe
but there's
didn't
also
intend to kill
the
her.
notion.
He maybe did.
There's also the notion of premeditation, and I was a little bit triggered when you said an accident, because there's so much there's so many assumptions that you need to make in order to determine that it was in fact an accident. And Occam's razor, you guys familiar with Occam's razor?
Yeah,
No.
I used to use them until I switched to Jeremy's. I give my money to people that don't hate me.
So for those of you who don't know, Occam's razor basically just says it's basically if you hear hooves, think horses, not zebras. The conclusion with the least amount of assumptions usually is the truth. And so the facts of the matter are that what's his name? Alec Baldwin was directing a film, and there was issues with the crew about safety. And then, like the next day or whatever, after a bunch of people had quit, then there was an incident where he had a loaded gun and pointed it at a person and pulled the trigger, and they died. Those are the facts. What quote unquote actually happened, whether it was an accident, whether somebody put live rounds in the gun when it was supposed to be a blank, all of that is come to come out in trial. But the facts of the matter for right now, Alec Baldwin killed a bitch. Freeman says, does anyone have a 3D printer? Which is a strange random question, since I want to know why people have them. I don't have one. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is guns, but
yeah, that wasn't my first thing. I was thinking that I don't have one, but if I did have one, you could make your own personal sex toys, and
oh wow,
you could design them and okay, my bad.
No, continue.
Trey, do you have a 3D printer?
No, not at all. Don't.
What would you, if you had one? What would be the first thing that you'd print?
I plead the fifth.
Motherfucker! What?
A bong.
There you go. Was that so hard?
I do not do
so
bongs. I might be the weirdest pothead. I do not like bongs or pipes. I'm straight blunts or papers.
Yeah, I used to be a Dutch master only guy. But ever since I started getting the raw cones 100-pack on Amazon for like I don't even remember, like $5 or some shit. They're the king size cones, and I bought the packer. It's so easy. It's so easy that I can't not. It takes too much effort to roll one. Now that doesn't mean that I don't roll a fantastic blunt. That doesn't mean that I would put money down that having not rolled a blunt in 2022, I guarantee I will roll a better blunt than any y'all. Trey, what do you use? What kind of wraps do you use?
I mainly use Optimo diamonds, or I use White Owls. One of the two.
What happened to the fucking Dutch crew? Everybody in my day was all about the Dutches. Dutch master.
That might be a regional thing, because down here it's Swishers.
But now, I don't know, maybe, but now people are all about the Swishers up here, and White Owl has always been a strong competitor. And then I think maybe I'm thinking Swisher, or there was another thing that's similar to like a Black and Mild that people would use, but I was always like, nah, like a game, like Dutches, White Owls, and Games. Those were the top 3. When I was coming up, and I always Dutch.
So yeah, this is definitely probably a South thing, because it was Swisher Diamonds, which is like the non-flavored, Garcia Vegas, or before Backwoods became popular.
That's the other one I was thinking of. Yeah,
Backwoods. I hate Backwoods, but
I just
so these are wait a minute. Are these cigars that you're emptying out and then?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like cheap cigars that literally I don't know. I've never heard of anybody actually.
Hey, I smoked some Backwoods.
Yo, you have to be a legit crackhead if you smoke an actual cigarillo. If you
right? Yeah.
Oh, the No Freedom's like my toy idea. All right, I got some plans I can send you. Yeah. So
wait, do you guys? All right, secret time here.
Okay.
Does anybody have a real like any kind of? I don't have any kind of sex toys. Do you guys have any kind of sex toys?
None at all.
Okay, you're lying. I know you're lying.
I promise you.
Do you have peanut butter? Do you have peanut butter in your closet?
What?
Do you have peanut butter in your cabinet?
Yes.
Yeah. And do you have a dog?
Oh my! No. I'm not going to go there. I've seen.
If I didn't know you were, if I didn't know you were joking,
I've seen American Pie.
I would kick you the fuck off of this shit right now. Look at look at this. Look at this innocent little creature.
Oh,
look at this innocent little creature.
I don't see him.
You think this motherfucker sucked my dick? Come on, man.
But he might.
Oh, god damn it.
All right.
I just showed the camera.
All right.
I gotta feel like I'm drunk.
Maybe.
Hey, all right. So I told my friend this, and I got called weird for this. So like, I don't like talking to women when they're drunk.
Why is that?
Well, one, I guess because I'm high, but I'm pretty much sober at that point compared to like a drunk person. But it's
what?
Like compared to a drunk person, me being high is sober. So one, just the fact that I don't drink, period, like not at all. I just feel awkward talking to a woman as I'm noticing her getting drunker and drunker.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I'm just curious. Again, is there a particular reason you never drank? Was it just like because you said you never drank, right? Not like you tried it and just not for me. You never drank.
I had one shot on my 25th birthday with my sisters. That was the only alcohol I've ever had. I've never.
Is there a particular reason or?
Well, my mom, she's about 20 years sober now, but when I was like 7, 8, she was a real bad alcoholic.
Gotcha.
And just like the actual men in my family, most of them were angry drunks. So I figured if most of the men in my family are angry drunks, I'll probably be one. So it was like, you know what, I probably shouldn't do this.
The Freedom says, when I'm drunk, you can't tell. I speak actually clearer and more laid. Are you drunk right now? I have a friend like that. Like he gets like, I've told you guys about how, the shit that I've been into. He was the one that facilitated all of that.
Oh, so is that the guy whose leg you hit?
No. He worked at we all worked at the same place though. The guy whose leg was the bartender, but this was different dude, but
probably tastes like bourbon.
Yo, as a line cook, the waiters are the hilarious people ever.
Right? Yeah.
They have to be.
Exactly. Like my what was I gonna say? The dog training thing. It's picked up a little bit in the last couple of weeks. Thankfully, I'm actually like pulling money in. But like before that, I was like, shit, I'm not getting clients. Like I have like 3 fucking lessons a week. I can't survive on that shit. And obviously not monetized. And there's only one person here who is so I was really thinking like, damn, I might have to find myself back in a restaurant. But I was like, it's kind of not that bad. It's fun. The girls are loose. There's drugs.
Yeah, there's a lot of females there.
Yeah.
Boy,
And especially once you're out of school,
Yeah,
whether
you're older and wiser now. Yeah.
Yeah,
It goes back to when you're talking about talking to a drunk girl in a bar.
Mhm.
And I used to have this thing. We used to do this like crazy downtown club that was all alternative and stuff back in the 90s. And
what does alternative means in the
alternative music?
Alternative
music?
Well, what is your understanding of that? Because I mean, I've heard that.
So there's like a band called Depeche Mode.
Oh,
it was like
so
club
indie
music, indie film music, and so we would be out at the bar or in the crowd or whatever, and you'd see some drunk girl, and I'd say to my friends, I'm like, watch this, and I'd go up to the drunk girl and go, man, you're really drunk. Come on, we have to go. And they just look at me and they'd be like ready to walk out the door.
Cheers to that.
It's like, this is a problem for you. That some random dude could just come up and go, come on, you're drunk. We have to go. And they'd be like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. No, see.
My other trick was when the crowd, they would clear the dance floor in the area at I think it was 2:30 or whenever they stopped serving alcohol, but they stayed up until 4. But they would clear the dance floor and try to get all the alcohol out.
Mm-hmm.
And there'd be a big crowd, and we couldn't get through the line, so I would just kind of like start going like I was gonna get sick, and everybody just jumped out of the way, man, and I just get right through that crowd.
Talk about bobbing and
These are
weaving.
tips that you need to teach your kids.
You know what really messed this generation up now that I think about it?
What's that?
They don't party.
Well,
They're at home. They're at home partying on TikTok.
Yeah.
That
That's what
is
I'm
a
saying, is
problem.
that they party, but instead of like going to somebody's house who their parents went away for the weekend, they just get a bunch of fucking pharmaceutical pills and sit in the basement. I'm like, yeah, I was doing that when I was 23, which is not great then, but certainly at 15, shit, go just drink a goddamn wine cooler or some shit.
Then again, that might just be where I'm from, because everybody, you're gonna either be high, drunk, on pills, on syrup, but we're all in the party. So it's like, well, we also do stuff like trail rides out here. So people bring like horses out. We race muscle cars and stuff.
Wait. What the fuck did you just say? A what ride?
Trail rides.
Trail or trill?
Trail, not happy trail.
Okay. Like you're just going on the trail and smoking.
Yeah, we get our horses and stuff, and we ride the horses, and we just meet up in like a
horses
beach.
In the back. All right, little Nas X over here.
Trey, do they still do like camps for kids? Like, send your kid to camp for a week or 2 weeks, and they're learning about fishing and hunting and stuff like that.
I don't know about overnight camps no more, but I know they still do them like during the day, because my son and nieces them go to them all the time. But overnight camps, I don't know about that.
Oh, we used to have overnight camps. You'd be like 3 or 4 hours from home.
Yeah,
no
I used to go to. We had one in Ohio. Like I used to go all the way from Texas to Ohio just to go. But
what was the name of the camp? Do you remember?
Camp. I can't think of the name of it.
Don't say Camp Joy.
Nah, it was somewhere in Amish country, Ohio.
Oh.
I just can't think of the name of the place. I remember it because I remember we kept driving past horses, and I was like, "Yo, are we back in Texas?"
You're driving through Kentucky. We got horses.
Yeah. Well, I was like 12 then. Texas was like the only place I just truly been. I'd been like everywhere in Texas at that time, but I hadn't just really been outside of Texas by that point.
Texas is pretty big. So
let's address this. No Freedom says, I can't be high or drunk. I have to be in control of my mind 24/7. If not, bad things can happen.
Oh, you never had good weed before.
Oh, dude, I heard the dog growling, and he's just like on his back, like, I thought he was like growling at something. Like, bro, what are you doing?
You probably heard me say peanut butter. Okay, so
I got headphones on. But and to just finish, No Freedom says, I can never be dead drunk or high to the point I can't remember anything. Well, let's go back to this.
Yeah, I like that one because that one makes me think of like a movie prompt, like the guy if he gets high or drunk, his mind control, he can start making people's heads explode or something crazy. He's got psychological, psyop abilities, and he can make things happen. Yeah.
Well, I was going to go a different direction and just question or push back on the notion that there is such a thing of you being in control of your mind. What do you guys think about that? Just before I elaborate.
Okay. So it drives me a little bit crazy when people say, and it was people were saying it on tonight, my brain this, or some people say my anxiety this. It's not your brain's not a separate thing. Your anxiety is not a separate thing. It's you. And people try to compartmentalize like that. It's like some other entity. Oh, my this, my that.
Hang on 1 second. We got JH in the building. Where has JH been? Welcome. He said, don't hate on the Amish. As a person from Ohio, they're amazing. Okay. What's so amazing about them? Sorry. Any film you were saying?
I have no idea. I know the Amish are good kissers. They're amazing. No, what I was saying was that when people say in my brain, I was thinking, it's like,
right.
What? You mean you were thinking? Where else would you be thinking? In my brain, I was thinking,
brain was telling me to
I was thinking, yeah, my brain was telling, no, it's you. That's you. And it's like, I keep saying like too much, but it's dividing you into these other entities, but it's all you. You're not the Trinity. You're one person. Your brain is you, your heart is you, your diabetes is you, your anxiety is you. It's all you.
Yeah, I do think there is a notion. It's not like alcohol doesn't get you drunk. It's not like that's not a thing. It's not like you're
it gets you drunk. Yes.
You said that like, yeah,
it doesn't get your brain drunk. Yeah. No.
Oh yeah.
Obviously gets you drunk.
No, so it definitely gets you drunk, and that is absolutely a physiological different. Your brain works different when you are drunk. There's no.
Doesn't it knock down the amount of oxygen getting to your brain? Isn't that like the
among other things? But more relevant to behavior, it's just it lowers your inhibitions. And so, No Freedom saying, since I know damn well you've seen videos of people saying shit. I mean, I didn't need to see videos; I lived it. Of saying shit they should have never said or did when they're high or drunk. Some shit you wish you never ever did. I can't put that next one up. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, this what we're talking about right here, absolutely. And so there absolutely is a real effect of alcohol. The point why that's not an excuse is that you chose to drink the alcohol, and if you need to be aware of the level of alcohol that you can take and still be a functioning human being. Now, we've all gotten too fucked up. Fine. But that's how you find the line. Okay, 12 drinks was too many. And like, even on this stream, I used to just drink straight from the can, and an hour in, I'd be like, "Oh shit, I don't fucking know if I should post this anymore." Like, and so now I mix now I just mix it with some regular seltzer just to you know, because it's more of an oral fixation. You see me fucking drink every time I have a second to not talk. And so, you know, this is the third can that I've opened today, and it's still got a little bit left. And so that is part of the responsibility that I have to not get too drunk while I'm trying to present what I'm trying to present.
Yeah. Like,
okay, JH, man, we have to address the.
So let's read. JH says their community is. Who's there? The Amish. Their community is bar none. Make great furniture and potato salad. Their beliefs are crazy, but seeing 300 guys build a barn in a day is crazy.
Oh, dude, if you put that on YouTube, they're all shirtless. You will get so many followers.
Hey, you know what? First off, they can't even see my slender. So let me tell you something, J.A.
They can't see your what?
They can't even see the slender I'm about to give them. I live in Texas. I've seen 4 Mexicans build a whole house by themselves. You think I care about the Amish? Let me tell you something, sir. You and the Amish can stick it. And I can't wait till that team up north beats Ohio State, if you like them.
They're not using, but the
Tell
Amish
'em.
don't use tools, man. They use like twigs and stuff.
Well, who fault is that?
Mexicans know how to use tools.
I mean, they use a hammer and a nail gun.
Oh, where's your toy? So I've never been somebody who, even though my parents lived for years in England and were married in England, never gave a flying fuck about the royal family.
Oh my God, Twitter is my favorite place to be right now about the Queen.
Dude, you need a sound effect of like the record player screeching or a car squealing, because we just went and did like a 180 from the Amish building to the Queen is dead. It's like
it is what it is.
I need to take a pause here for a second.
All right, take a pause.
All right. Yeah, I mean,
well, Trey, you just said Twitter's your favorite place to be right now. What the fuck does that mean? Are you dancing on the grave of a monarch?
Oh my God, they are dancing on the grave of the monarch.
For real?
Yes. Oh my God, it's been the funniest 24 hours. Like between black people, white, everybody. I have an Irish friend on Twitter, and he's been sharing the shit like his family back in Ireland's been like posting about the Queen. It is fucking hilarious. Like it is. They are dancing on this lady's grave, and I feel bad because I feel like we shouldn't laugh at the dead. They're dead. May they rest in peace. But funny is funny.
I mean, I agree. I definitely think that, oh my God, I am not reading that, but that's fucked up, bro.
She's dead.
That's somebody's mama. That's somebody's like, come on, bro.
Bad.
What?
No, they are stomping on her though.
I would say I'm, ever since, back in the day, 1776, not been a fan of the monarchy. But as far as monarchs go, she was probably the best kind of monarch you have. And, like the Irish, 1910, 1916, the Irish, I have Irish family. That was a big problem. The British were dicks. There was a lot of shit going on. She wasn't part of that. She didn't come in till I think the 50s or the 40s, late 40s, early 50s. And she had a different kind of type of rule compared to, Edward Longshanks from Mel Gibson's movie. What was that? Braveheart.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't part of that brutal stuff. And it's almost like she was part of the monarchy is done. And I'm just going to do my duty and the monarchy is done. I don't know what King, what's their son's name? Not George. Charles. Yeah, Charles III. What he's going to be able to do. And I don't know what honestly, what the royalty really, besides owning all the property in England, can do politically. It's not like they're running the country. They have a prime minister. They have it's not Congress. What do they call it? Parliament. They have parliament. They have all that shit. They don't really run. They're figureheads, kind of as a figurehead. It's like Uncle Sam for us, right? If Uncle Sam was alive and had a family, that would be, what they are. It would be interesting, if a lot of people are talking about the end of the monarchy and the end of royalty. What will they do as far as the property? Because that's the biggest thing. They have all the property, and JH.
So yeah, it's, JH says the KKK was hilarious. The KKK was hilarious.
While they
the KKK was hilarious while they danced on MLK's grave. No one would be laughing. She transitioned the monarch to a figurehead and turned over everything. That's a good point. There at some point, I am not up on my European and specifically English history, but at some point there was power in the monarchy, and according to JH, she was the one who was like, all right, we're gonna fucking democratize this shit. I don't know if that's accurate, but
I think it's heading in that direction.
She didn't vie for power.
Yeah,
well,
I
thought it did already head in that direction when she did become the queen. Like, I thought they had already started headed that way when what was the famous British dude around World War II?
Winston Churchill.
Yeah, wasn't he basically the president of?
He was the prime. Yeah, he was the prime minister.
Prime minister. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Same thing. Yep.
So I mean, it almost seemed like they were already transitioning that phase out, but I think just this generation period, I think we're just so desensitized to everything that everything's just a fucking joke to us now.
Facts.
So, and even then, the fact I think the jokes, if it was any king or queen that was in that position, whether it was King Charles would have been getting these jokes. I think it really didn't matter because I think we're more so making fun of the England royalty more than just her. So I think if it would have been any one of them that was considered king or queen, they would have made fun of them. It really wouldn't have mattered because it was just her. If that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the age of the edgelords, and so if you can make a joke that's going to get people to react, it doesn't really matter what it's about. It doesn't really matter how out of bounds it is. That's the world we live in. That's the game we're playing.
Yeah, JH, she was the queen, or she became queen when Winston Churchill was still prime minister. Yeah,
I think she was in for something like 14 different prime ministers and 8 different presidents or something like that.
It was more. Yeah, it was 16 and 14, I think.
I was about to say, 'cause she was around with Hitler. They were showing pictures of her shaking hands with Hitler, and they were cracking jokes. They were cracking jokes. But
the Jews, right? Hey,
she was we're gonna get these Jews, right? And Hitler's, we're gonna get them.
I'm not gonna lie. One joke was hilarious. It was a joke. It was an old white lady. She was looking at a bunch of black dudes rapping they were freestyling, and she was just staring behind them like she was calling the police. And it was Queen Elizabeth in hell calling the police on the dead rappers, and that shit was just fucking hilarious to me. Shit like that. That was the jokes. We weren't oh, we glad she dead, but hey, she dead. Fuck it, let's get some jokes off. And it doesn't make it right, but
hold on, no freedoms. What the fuck are you talking about? Who's backing the people who did that? And who? What the fuck are you talking about?
See, no, because that's that thing. Let's go to the extreme so I can make you look like a jackass.
I mean, kind of looks. I'm not gonna lie. Just out of context, probably in context. This kind of already makes you look like a jackass. Just saying shit. Hey, we got Dr. Evil Genius in the building. Even though concept missed weight, we absolutely are going to be doing the Filthy Casual MMA watch party for 278 or whatever the fuck the card is tomorrow. Filthy Casual MMA watch party on the Talking Shit podcast. What does Dr. Evil Genius say here? He says the jokes about Elizabeth on Twitter are comedy gold. Lots of salty people angry at the jokes too. Oh, do we? Oh, do we? Going back to this though, what I'm just like I saw the let's do this. He sent me Dr. Evil, and I did laugh at it. He sent me this, and I mean I think it's funny. Where are we?
Oh, it's a guy with the shirt off.
It's Paul Acosta, UFC. And it says Secret Juice. I'm assuming this is a Space Jam fucking reference because he's juiced and it's whatever. But I that's funny, but that's not making fun of the fact that she's dead. I don't think this is.
Is that making the fact that fun of the fact she lived so long?
Yeah, that looks more like what that is. I don't think it's like ha ha. Like I saw some shit where it's like, oh, there's evil, blah 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 blah. It's like, yo, she's like 90.
Like it was one joke where it was like a picture of a dude and they superimposed Hitler's face on it, and it was like when he sees Queen Elizabeth and it's like, hey, my nigga, what's up? Like jokes like those, like the people who's like, oh, this evil bitch is dead. It's like, yo, you're doing too much. Calm down. But just little tongue-in-cheek jokes about, her being in heaven or hell. It's fucking funny. Like, grow up, get over yourself.
What I don't get is, all the Americans that are all fired up and celebrating her death or not celebrating her death. Honestly, my life, there was like, she could have been live or dead or doing whatever. I don't know. It doesn't make any difference to me. She had no effect.
You didn't watch the royal wedding with
in 1982. It was probably on at my house with Charles and Diana. That was probably on at my house, but no, I didn't watch it. And
Dr. Evil says people don't respect her because of the history of England invading countries around the world. Fair.
That's what I wanted to say.
I mean, succinctly put by JH, it's not like she had real governmental power. She's a figurehead. As Any Film said earlier, it's like blaming Uncle Sam for American imperialism instead of, like, I don't know, fucking Dick Cheney or somebody. Like, I get it, but
that's why I said I don't think it would have mattered. Like if it was King Charles II, like if he would have died, those jokes still would have been flying. So I think it was more so the jokes are laughing at a monarchy dying more so than the actual person. Again, fucked up. But I just think they're making more fun of the fact that a monarchy died instead of an actual woman.
Yeah, what they don't get is that she facilitated the death of monarchy. She was not doing anything to boost the monarchy's power. I think she kept kind of a little bit of a status quo, but she was hands off. She was a figurehead. She was not exerting the power of the monarchy.
I definitely give you that. I think a lot of people wouldn't know that she actually helped facilitate that. Because, I mean, I thought it was already done. Like, I personally thought I already knew she didn't have, like, no real power. But, I mean, I can understand a lot of people still thinking she actually ran shit.
So what do you guys think about this notion? No Freedom says a figurehead can cause a lot of damage. First of all, I didn't say that they couldn't. I just said that that's what she was, as opposed to somebody actually like a U.S. president who is making decisions. So I didn't say that they are useless. That's not what I said. But
I completely agree. Biden has caused all kinds of damage.
1,000%.
Woo! He just said Biden was like the Queen of England. Bah, 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 bah.
And to be honest, I'll be fair. And Lord forbid, because I don't want YouTube to do nothing, knock on wood. If something was to happen like that with Biden, they would definitely get them goddamn jokes off.
Oh, yeah, absolutely right.
Yeah, I would too. That's but so to address no freedoms. It's not that like I'm not aware, and I'm sure you guys. It's not like I'm not aware of the different stories of what did or didn't happen on that day. I don't see the connection between that happened. So let's dance on the Queen of England's grave. Make that connection for me.
I think was he trying to scold us? I think he's been like on the opposite side of us, thinking it's funny.
Who? No freedoms?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure all this shit out. This shit's just fucking coming at me. I don't fucking know. Dr. Virginia says, I agree with the young man. Which one, sir? Though we also have to look at how she lived off the backs of her people and the country's England counts as Commonwealth. I don't disagree with that notion, but it's not like she was like, oh, hear me out, guys. Hear me out. We're going to have this thing called a king. And then this motherfucker's going to die. And I'm going to be in power. Like, this is the monarchy was something that had existed forever. What the fuck do you expect her to do? We saw how Meghan Markle was like, no. Is that better?
Yeah, I think we can all agree. We can get rid of Meghan Markle now.
Right?
Yeah.
So No Freedom says, what country or person deserves my respect? Well, I would think that I would hope that I do. I would hope that other people on the panel do.
Donald Trump.
Drunk or not. But
I drunk. I said Donald Trump.
No, no, I said drunk.
Okay.
I was just saying drunk or sure. Respect Trump if you want to respect Trump. I don't necessarily. Ooh. I don't not have respect for Trump. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't claim the statement. I have respect for Donald Trump. I just.
Yeah, I wouldn't claim that statement either.
I don't. I mean, I definitely can back that sentiment. I could definitely respect that sentiment.
I
just don't personally hold it. I definitely would prefer him as president over Biden, but what the fuck does that mean? Dr. Says, a few countries have muscled their way into the affairs of other countries the way the U.S. has. That's called winning, bro! That's called victory!
It's called the Cold War.
It's called the CIA.
Ha
so we got Jay says, how many countries turned over during her reign? It's a lot.
Turned over how? I don't know what that means.
I think governmentally. JH, feel free to correct us if we Dr. Genius, I do in fact know how to use StreamYard. Thank you very much. I do spend 12 to 15 hours a week on this motherfucker. If you were looking, then we got the Indian Jesus, we got Trey, and we got Indie Film here.
Oh, man, look at me.
Welcome.
So hot.
But wait a minute, because now I'm wondering.
No,
what is the point of still letting the queen live off the country if she doesn't even run shit?
Okay, so I don't know exactly the finances of the English or Britain, but that family, the family Windsor, owns a ton of property. I don't know that a lot of taxes are actually being funneled to them and how that works out. But I mean, they literally probably own 10% of the country, the property, the buildings they own. I mean, Windsor Castle, they live there, Tower London, they have that. I think they own so much that's where their funding comes from. But I don't know exactly if they get, I think there is some kind of stipend or something that the royal family gets from England, but I don't know that it's a lot compared to just their amassed wealth. And you could say, how did they amass that wealth? I mean,
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like, again, first of all, we already have the precedent of centuries of a monarchy. So to ask one monarch to change the entire thing is silly. Regardless of, all of that stuff, there should still be a certain level of human dignity that I personally feel that I would have, that I'm not going to just, I don't know, cross that line. I think it's a line, a line that is uncouth. It's like, do better. That's just my opinion. Jade says every country deserves respect. Yes, they own a lot, but fund the estates. The state pays for security.
Oh.
Not reading that. But I mean,
he did do a lot for the roads.
Infrastructure. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely even. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna go out on a limb. Cancel me, motherfuckers.
Here we go.
The fact that Hitler killed him. Almost said that out loud. The fact that Hitler ended himself the way he did. It is
Allegedly.
not. It is allegedly. Is that not a fact?
I'm just being a conspiracy theorist.
So the fact that he
he's
did
on
that,
the moon.
it's beneficial for the entire world. That doesn't mean like there's a difference between being glad that Hitler is no longer able to do the terrible things that he's doing, and being glad that he as a person can no longer live. And maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm out on a limb here, but the notion of just understanding humanity is comes into play. I mean, there's still humanity in every person, I believe. And I as much as I would have, if I could have, I would have stopped Hitler before he could have ever done anything that he did. But that doesn't mean that I want any given person, regardless of who they are, to have to suffer death. I think that's a pretty straightforward position. I mean, what do you guys think?
I think that you, and this is me being snarky, are equating the Queen to Hitler.
I'm absolutely not.
I'm making a joke. Yeah, I know you're not. I understand what you're saying.
But if I'm not mistaken, didn't Britain only start doing that after they seen the Russian Revolution?
Started doing what?
Like transitioning out of monarchy.
Oh, I think it was. I think that was coming after World War One. So the Russian Revolution was right after World War One, I believe, and World War One made that happen or facilitated that. And I think the monarchy, they started moving more to a democracy or a republic, actually, after World War One. And by World War II, with Churchill had been like elected and kicked out. They loved him, they hated him. And then they're in World War II. They're like, hey, we got to get that guy back and put back in charge. But it was the prime ministers that were kind of leading the country pre-World War II. And I think it was the king that was leading the country in World War One.
Gotcha. So I want to bring this back full circle. I think that bringing it back to Hamza and Sneeko, specifically talking to Dr. Evil Genius here, because your comment from the other day, nobody here knew who Hamza was, and that is precisely the point. And in the last stream popped in, which I very much appreciate, to say, hey, I don't know who these people are, but I'm going to say hey. And when we started this stream, much like many other streams, everybody's like, who the fuck is this person? And so we were exposed to somebody we didn't know before, and in context with somebody that we're somewhat familiar with in Sneeko. At least if you watch regularly, we talk about Sneeko a lot. And I think the relevance is that we want to understand what people are thinking. We want to understand what people are consuming, how people are interacting with it, and again, what people are thinking, so that when we go out into the world and have our ideas and have our whatever it is, that we are able to talk to other people. That is something that I feel like nobody cares about anymore. Everybody just wants to have their own opinions and just be right. And if anybody says something different, then fuck off. And I don't think that's a good thing. And my point here tonight is to see people who are beefing and see what we can take from it so that we don't end up in the position of actually engaging with real life issues that we do actually care about. Maybe you don't care about the Queen, maybe you don't care about Sneeko, maybe you don't care about that's fine. That's neither here nor there. The point is to understand that we can extract lessons from how other people live, regardless of how it is that they live. Who was up first? Trey, to you. Last words.
Yeah, well, just good night, guys. Just see you all soon. Talk to you soon in the Discord or whatever. Again, IndianJesus, you know how we locked in. Everybody be safe. Have a good night. I'm pretty sure y'all all at home, so y'all be good.
Appreciate you as well, brother. As always, appreciate you coming up, hanging out, watching, and chatting, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the Discord. Peace out. All right, Mr. Indie Film, what do you got to say for the people? Let them know.
Number one, Trey, if you still can hear me, you probably can't. From what you said, you sound like you're doing a real good job as a dad. Keep it up. 2, don't forget to find the Indian Jesus on Rumble. The sound and color is much better over there. And 3, remember, we're going to need a bigger boat.
We are, in fact, going to need a bigger boat. That is well said. Thank you so much for hanging out, Indie Film. I really do appreciate when you guys come up and talk to me. Otherwise, these would be 1-hour streams of me watching some bullshit and not knowing what the fuck you guys think.
One more thing.
Sure.
I just want to let you know, when I had a little ice in my mouth, that
I've been now open another one. But
now on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I no longer watch Timcast and then join your stream. I watch your stream, and then I'm going to watch Timcast on the replay.
Hey,
just to let you know.
What's good?
You've bumped them out. You've bumped them out of the Monday, Wednesday, Friday spot. Now, if you decide to go Tuesday, Thursday, I don't know what's going to happen. Can only
Fair
take so
enough.
much.
Fair enough.
All right, great.
Thank you so much, brother. You have a good night, and really appreciate you. Take care. JH says, good talks. Hopefully be on for some UFC. In fact, we definitely will be. The let me get the link right meow. We will be live for the entire card. We'll be live for the entire card tomorrow. I'm trying to talk and type, and it's not as easy as it seems. But if you talk really slowly and think about what you're typing and just kind of ramble, then it's a little bit easier. So, what I was saying was, you can find on the link I just dropped the Talking Shit podcast. I will be live with Dr. Evil Genius and hopefully Mrs. Evil Genius if she's feeling a little better than she was last week. And I might even have a friend come over in real life, and we might have 2 screens with 2 people. So check out the Talking Shit podcast, the Filthy Casual MMA party. Every single UFC card, whether I'm there or not, is definitely something that you should check out. And yeah, I know. But I do think that Tony Ferg and Nate Diaz is a better matchup. It was very clear that they matched Nate with Khamzat because of the fact that his contract was ending. So I think we're getting a better fight. Theoretically, if Nate Diaz were to beat Kamsat, obviously. Shout out to JH, sub to the Talking Shit podcast. But obviously, if Nate were to win that fight, then it would be way cooler to see that than to see whatever happens with Tony and Nate. But considering that was unlikely to happen, I think we're going to. I think this is the best thing. I don't. Somebody was talking about Kevin Holland as well, and saying that might be the next fight for Khamzat. I would much rather see Khamzat and Kevin Holland than Nate Diaz. JH said I want to see the original card, but at least he fight. Yeah. Well said. So, guys, we can always learn shit and also have fun with the stuff that we're watching, as long as you look for what the shit that we're looking for, the stuff that we're looking at, the stuff that we pause and say, yeah, exactly, indie film. That's what we look for. No, the idea of what does this person, what does this conversation, what does this interaction have to offer? And I will bring it back to Jersey Shore. The show Jersey Shore. When it first came out, I was so angry. I was like, really? You're going to paint Jersey to look like this? We already have a bad reputation around the country. And then you're going to put this shit. And right around like season 2 or 3, I moved into a place with a friend who was from the Jersey Shore. He's from like he goes to all those bars and stuff. And so he would watch the show, not necessarily because he was like, oh, I love Jersey Shore. Like, oh, this person's my favorite. But just like, no, like, I know half of these people. Like, these are my bars. Like, this is what I do. This is my town. And so he would watch it because of that. And I became a bigger fan than he did. If you watch any one person, any 5 people for 7 straight years, you'll be entertained. People are interesting. But you got to know what to look for. How many people just think, exactly, JH, how many people just think that Jersey Shore is some people getting drunk and fighting and it's not that, but there's so much interpersonal relationship stuff going on. Like, as a psychology major, it was right up my alley. And so I want to be able to well, I don't have an answer for you. I disagree with that statement, but fair enough. And glad to have you, No Freedoms. But I think we can do the same thing with these streamers. I'm like I was saying earlier, I'm in a position I'm in a phase with the channel where I have to do what I think will bring more people in. It's nothing against you guys. It's just 7 people in a chat is not a career. I want you guys and more people. And so I got to do stuff that's going to, catch the masses. And that's why maybe you noticed, maybe you didn't, but I alternate. Every other stream is more political than drama, whatever. But every other stream that's not political has something to do with... you missed that on the last Filthy Casual MMA watch party on the Talking Shit podcast. My shirt was off. If you don't know what tattoo I've got on my chest, then that's your fault. But we can always, there's always stuff to be learned, and we're going to be, most of you, when I put the poll out of whether you prefer the drama stuff like this or more political stuff, you guys said political stuff. So I want to do more directly political stuff. When we talked about Project Veritas, when we talked about Alex Stein, when we talked about all of this stuff that's directly political. That's really what I care about. I mean, this stuff is interesting. But I mean, this is just a way to, get people in here and show that, hey, we're actually doing something over here. We're actually building something, and it's a process. So, I mean, Dr. Virginia, please help me out. And you saw the picture that I dropped in your Discord. Please address this. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow. If anything, I'll be a little bit late because I got to be up at 9. I got 2 clients. I'm gonna try to take a nap and then be up by the time the card starts. So if I'm late, I'm napping. But I might be in my bed. But I might not because like I said, I might have a friend come over. He was asking me what I was doing. So go subscribe to the Filthy Casual, to the Talking Shit podcast. The link is dropped in the chat. That's where I'll be tomorrow, and that's the place to watch your UFC every single week. No reason not to. But to wrap up a tie bow, tie it nice and neat on what we're talking about today. The biggest thing that I can tell you guys is to constantly be updating your list of role models. I think it was Indie Film or maybe Positile who said it perfectly, that as you get older, you realize how often you need to do that. When you're young, you don't know jack shit. So anybody who knows anything knows infinitely more than you. But as you continue to learn more, you are able to say, okay, this guy took me here, but now, so I'm going to, so actually this guy is on this level, and now he's saying, and that is a pattern. It continues. And I don't ever want you guys to feel like you have to not that you do, but that you have to placate me or to please me. Like, this is a party like any other. I'm just the one on camera most of the time. So when we go through this stuff, and when I say shit, and you guys push back, that's what makes this what it is. So I appreciate you guys to no end. This is so far even already. It's more than I really could have thought it would be at this size, and I have so much fun. I love coming and streaming with you guys, and I can't wait to continue growing and build this community. If you're not in the Discord, the link is in the description. The party never ends in Discord. 24/7. We rocking. We rolling. We doing our thing. So make sure you hit that link, join the Discord. And that way, even if you miss a stream, that you'll be able to contact me. You'll be able to chop it up with the other. I don't know. We need a name for y'all. The Disciples is too on point. That's on the nose. That's gay. But we'll come up with a name for you. But the other people here, the other party goers, if you will. Also in the description, as well as rolling across the bottom of the stream right now, is some support links where you can help me out. The channel is not monetized just yet. We are getting there, but not yet. So I need your help through Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, Bitcoin, whatever you can do. That would really help me out. But you don't have to do that. It's completely free. It's completely free to just watch and chat. And it's completely free to like, to comment, to subscribe, to ring the bell, to share with your friends, to take this URL and put it somewhere that will blow this shit up so that we can really do what the fuck we're trying to do. And I would really appreciate if you guys could do that. But if you don't want to do that, you just want to come here and hang out, and that would be fine too. All you got to do when I'm not here, just think about how awesome I am and how great this channel is. And that'd be fine. Thank you guys for coming to party. I am your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Until next time, guys, I am out of here. Peace.